See, the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Well, I know that
on this day.
Right. I know.
You know?
I do.
How do you know Tyler?
Tyler Glenn's birthday.
Are you going to his birthday party?
See,
later?
A lot of people don't know this.
You're going to Chuck E. Cheese?
But that song there that a lot of people don't know, but I'm the guy in the song who goes,
that's you?
That's me.
Wow.
He invited me to be on the recording session.
Wow.
And I just do that when he sings, one man's trash is another man. And then I go, one man's trash.
Do you get money every time we play that?
No.
Oh.
No.
You should.
That's how rumors get started.
That's
Bill?
I really love that song. I was privileged to be a part of it.
Yes, we're happy birthday to a friend of the program, Tyler Glenn.
Yeah, he just lives next door.
Yeah.
And I actually
At Ruth's Chris?
Yes,
Yes.
Ruth's Chris. He's
yes, you can tell by his physique that he eats lots of steak and baked potatoes.
his muff smells like steak.
So
His microphone muff.
Yes. This thing right here.
I saw some pictures of him on social media on Twitter today, and he was farting around with his beard, shaving it, and Tyler. I don't think you're listening this morning, but it just does not look.
What did he do?
Well, he had kind of a full beard, and then he trimmed it so it's just like a little line down this way and a little line here.
He's being artistic.
He was messing around.
I prefer him beardless myself, but
You like the clean-shaven Tyler
that's when I
Glenn?
first met him. You know, he was clean-shaven.
I like the full beard, but I'd like him to go back to the bleached hair. And
No, I like dark-haired Tyler
I like
Glenn.
that. I still don't recognize him with the dark hair. Anyway, hey, hi there, ho there. I'm as happy as I can be.
Are you as happy as you could be?
Well, not that happy because the war on Christmas is not going well.
We just started it.
We keep trying.
Well, we marshaled all of our forces yesterday, and that damn tree is still here.
It's going to be here.
And people are still saying Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
As true liberals, it's our mission to destroy Christmas.
I'm the self-righteous liberal douchebag, not you.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it's just not going well. I think people are still getting into the Christmas spirit anyway. I don't get it.
What I needed, a lecture from liberal Hollywood.
Yeah. So anyway, we
Just want you to know that I appreciate liberals like you and the way you judge us. It's a nice reminder that the real judgment will one day be upon us.
Thank you, Angie. You're so cute.
No, I got a call from Festus last night, just quickly.
Yes.
We have a radio from home correction we need to make.
That's your son.
My son. Well, when he doesn't work here, he listens to the podcast. And he was very upset a few days ago when we were talking about the death of Malcolm Young from AC/DC.
Oh, yeah, we did kind of get that bass backwards, didn't we?
What?
He called me last night at 9 o'clock. He's like, I know it's late to call you, Mom, but I wanted to get this off my chest. Malcolm Young was not the bassist for AC/DC.
That was my fault. It's my fault.
He played rhythm guitar, right?
Yeah. My fault.
I knew that too.
Sorry, Festus.
He was very upset that we had put out this misinformation. And he said, if I had been there, I could have corrected you right away. But I listened to the podcast several days late. And
we can't be experts at everything.
No, we can't.
And I thought he was the one that wore the short pants at first.
That's Angus.
Because I'd forgotten that they're the brothers.
And see, I was told that early on he wore the outfit.
He also
the
wore
schoolboy
the
outfit, but then stopped.
Yeah.
I was told that. I don't know.
Because he had better sense than his brother.
I don't know.
I think my heavy metal background.
Your heavy metal MILF.
He was disappointed. As a mother, I let him down. Yeah. As a heavy metal mother, I let him down.
That's not the only way you've let him down.
No, there's multiple.
Anyway, let's get the. This is just nothing here that we do.
That's
here.
why I brought that up here.
Yeah. So we need to officially begin the program, and then once we do that, we're held accountable. Now you're part of that because the first thing we do, which is really stupid of us, and radio consultants across the country have told us not to do check-ins. but we just ignore them and continue to drag the show down with them. So call us.
As a matter of fact, I have an article here written by our consultant.
Oh, yeah.
Because apparently across the nation, there's a resurgence in alternative radio. They're starting to pop up more and more.
Yeah.
There were like 5 of us there for a while, and now they're back.
We popped up 30 years ago.
Yeah, you know. But he's got an article, a 10-point system about how to make your alternative station successful. And check-ins is not on the list.
No.
So
877-602. So we plunge ahead.
Yep.
877-602-9696 is the number to call to check in with the Radio from Hell show. Call, tell us how you are, what you're doing, what's going on with you, what's in your life, what's happening. Are you happy? Are you sad? And if you know it, stamp your feet. Call 877-602-9696 and check in with us.
All right.
We'll officially begin the show. Of course, a lot of you may be looking for a place to live.
Sure. And that's where Lolly from New Dwello Homes can help.
Yep. She can help you.
She can help you find some money.
Down payment money. There is grant money out there, and Lolly knows how to find it for you. So what you do is you text the word money to 62687.
And what you'll get back is a questionnaire, just 7 questions.
Mm-hmm.
You can answer them affirmatively and honestly. You could be eligible for this down payment assistance, and it's quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, there's you can get up to, what is it,
8,000 something?
$8,740 specifically.
That would be nice.
A gift for a down payment. You have to come up with 1%, and then you can get up to that amount of money in addition. So text the word money to 62687. It's our good friend Lolly at New Dwello. Money, 62687.
Hi, everybody. This is Bill, and I'm really good at only 2 things, eating and talking. That's why I started the Let's Go Eat Show. Every week I sit down for a meal with a different person, and we discuss different things. It's that simple. Find us on iTunes, the Google Play Store, or at the letsgoeatshow.com.
500.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they arrive on Vulcan. They hope to find a cure for Lehi, who is suffering from Ponfar. Ah, Vulcan, world of logic, place of pointy-eared people. Here I will seek out my mate and find man who killed parents, settle down, and raise pointy-eared offspring.
Knock it off, Lehi. You aren't a Vulcan. I was hoping you only had the 24-hour type of Ponfar. Dang it. Oh, here comes somebody. Excuse me, sir?
Greetings. You are new to Vulcan?
Hi, I'm Elder Spock, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Spock? He is a legend on Vulcan. You mock us by using his name.
Oh, we mean no disrespect. Lehi here is Spock. I mean, they mind melded and something went wrong. Elder Spock here is suffering from Ponfar.
Ponfar? This is almost illogical. We must meet with T'Pau. She will know how to proceed.
This is Spock? He does not look like Spock. Fascinating. So the great son of Vulcan has sent you as his replacement? Joining will go on as scheduled.
Joining? What joining?
My parents chose my mate when I was 7. We were telepathically linked, and now is the time for us to be wed.
Spock was joined with this woman. You haven't even gone to Snellgroves with her. You can't marry her. Talk about breaking the rules.
We are all gathered. We shall proceed. We are here to complete the joining of Spock and T'Pring. Unless there is anyone here who objects, the ceremony will commence.
Excuse me, T'Pau, ma'am, I have a problem with this.
Only Vulcans are allowed to protest. One more word out of you and I will have you removed from this holy place. Now, shall we begin?
I protest.
T'Pring, no. Why?
I have chosen another to be my mate. I choose Elder Jensen.
but I was to be the one you chose.
A challenge has been made. T'Pring has chosen her companion and is her right. Let the combat to the death begin.
Combat? To the death? Oh, come on, Lehigh Spock. You know I can take you in a fair fight. Be logical. Give up now before I have to hurt you. Hey, you cut my Mr. Max suit. Why, they ought to teach this at the MTC.
Oh. We have our victor. Elder Spook shall wed T'Pring.
Excuse me, ma'am, but I don't think I can go through with this. You see, I just killed my companion, and we're way out of our sector. My zone leader won't be happy at all. I really should be going.
And I will be free to take Ston as my husband.
Is this the end of Butch? Will Zone Leader Hansen really be upset at Lehigh for killing his companion? Will Spock show any emotion when he finds out that his fiancée has married another? Tune into our next episode to hear Butch say...
Hey, man, be careful. Do you have to drag my body all over every rock?
Butch, you're alive!
Shh, keep it down. I faked my death so I wouldn't have to kill you. I'm glad to see you're back to being your old self.
I didn't kill you. I didn't. I don't remember much of anything about the past week, though.
Look, just drag me back to my hyperbike and I'll tell you all about it.
Well, we left the quadrant. What's Zone Leader Hansen gonna say?
Well, maybe we just won't tell him.
Oh, that would be the logical thing to do.
Huh?
On the next finger-crossing episode of Space Elder!
Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, I guess we can start.
You know those jerks at Time Magazine, they did the same thing to me.
Did they?
God, I can't stand those dicks. Anyway, here we, really, I mean, can you, I think they did it to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I said
no. Only to me.
Yeah. All right, let's officially begin the show. You know, no one's calling, though.
Well, 877-602-9696. While you're telling people what's coming up on the show today, maybe they will start to call. Mm-hmm. Brought to you by Hoops Vision. Call today for your free LASIK consultation. It's your life. See it better. Take control. Make the call. 877-30-LASIK or go to hoopsvision.com.
Well, the moon is, about almost full. It's going to be a big, full, beautiful moon.
Supermoon, right?
Supermoon on December 3rd. Right now, it's 68.6% of full, and the moon will rise today at 2:19 p.m. Today being Tuesday. It's the 28th day of November in the year of our Lord 2017, and this is North America's most magnificent radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the lords of morning radio, the magnificent lords of morning radio. Gary Jackson, I'm Bill Allred. That there is Gina Marie Barberi, the senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show, and lady in waiting is Richard Thomas Stedman and Dylan Allred, no relation, producing a video for the show. You can see it at x96.com/live, where you'll see us live in the studio, and also you'll see pictures during the show of news items and things that we're doing. And and today is, Nick, your buddy, Nick, your pal, is here today. Today is Make Your Own Head Day.
Huh? Make your own head?
Yeah. So what does that mean, you're asking?
What does that mean?
Well, I guess they say it's an artistic expression. Any medium you like, make your own head. Draw it, make it out of clay. I don't know why.
How does something like that get a day?
Because
make your own head.
Somebody said, but better than that, it's French toast today.
There we go. Now you're talking.
Now, that's what who doesn't love a good? I bet Gina doesn't eat French toast.
I'm very specific about the French toast.
It's got egg on it.
The eggs.
But it can't be, because if you do it wrong, it's like a fried egg on toast, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want.
You know what?
You could do. You know what I'm talking about, Kerry Jackson.
Well, I know, but you're just being a little too overly cautious about it, I think.
Yeah. And my grandparents would put salt and pepper on their French toast, and then syrup, because it had egg on it.
Well, okay.
I do it occasionally. It tastes good.
All right.
So, all right. Anyway, so there you go. And look, people have called to check in with the Radio from Hell show.
Check-ins are sponsored by this holiday season. Dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District, featuring Mediterranean Small Plates and Wine Bar, Laziz Kitchen, Middle Eastern Food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Water Witch Cocktails, and Jade Market Grocers, just a few steps from the 9th South Track Station.
All right, let's get in there, and let's see. Jake is checking in. Hello, Jake.
Jake?
Good morning, Lords, for Radio from Hell.
Hi, Jake. Is that short for, are you actually a Jacob?
I am a Jacob.
All right, Jake, what's you're doing today?
I'm heading to work. I'm here at Hill Air Force Base. I called y'all probably about 3 weeks ago and told y'all that I was going to be working on a farm back in Texas. I just wanted to say good morning.
Well, so you're not in Texas, though?
Not yet. I got about 6 more months till I retire.
Oh, you're going to retire from the military?
Yes, sir. 20 years.
You don't have to call me sir.
That's
He's
your
in
military.
the military. He can't help it.
Just reserve that.
My daddy found out I didn't call you sir, I'd be in trouble with them.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in trouble with your daddy.
Yeah. Hey, how's your daddy doing? Is he in Texas?
He is in Texas. He's actually watching after the farm and clearing the land for my house to be built.
And where will that be, Jake, in Texas?
West Texas, that's in Odessa area.
Oh, Odessa. Okay.
Odessa.
Yep.
Is that near El Paso?
About 6 hours away from it.
That's the way it is in
Fell
Texas.
in love with a.
That's the way it is in Texas for everything. Oh, we're about an hour and a half,
Yeah.
2 hours away from it.
That's true. God, that is a
Yes,
big.
it is.
That is a big state.
Yep.
All right, Jake. Well, thanks for checking in with us, and get to work.
See you, Jake.
Thank y'all very much. Y'all take care.
All right. See ya. Y'all take care.
You know, he keeps talking. We're losing our liberal cred, you know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's in the military.
He's in the military. He's from Texas. He's on a farm. We're, completely not.
What's he doing listeing to this nonsense?
Killer is here. Hello, Killer.
Killer, it's been a while. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I
How
got a
are
cold.
you? Yeah. Sorry?
I have a cold, so Killer with a cold today.
It's a killer cold.
Killer, what's on your agenda today?
I got Brigham City today, man.
Brigham City.
No, I'm actually going to Logan today, and you guys don't go to Logan, so you can take day off as far as I care.
we get in a little bit.
Some parts of Logan.
Yeah, there's a crevice there that we fit snugly in there.
We slip right in there from behind.
So
usually.
I've never found it.
Yeah. Well, all right.
I'm sorry, Killer. Listen, why don't you could go to the Bluebird Cafe for lunch?
Absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for checking in.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Alicia. Alicia.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, everyone.
What's up with you, Alicia?
I'm actually getting ready to participate in Giving Tuesday today. It's happening all day today.
That's right. Giving Tuesday.
Just giving to a charity. Giving to your choice of charity today.
Exactly. It's happening all over the state, specifically for local. I'm repping for local theater companies, and so we want to put our name out there, and hopefully everyone will consider giving to a local theater company.
Is there one particular local theater company that you represent?
Oh, absolutely. It's Good Company Theater in Ogden, Utah.
Okay.
All right.
And what have you got a current production? Tell us where and what time.
We do. It's called Odette's for the Holidays.
Mm-hmm.
We open December 8th, and it's all about a girl group from the late 60s reuniting for a show in the late 70s. So it's just a great story about coming home for the holidays.
All right. And that's at the old theater there on Washington Boulevard, right?
You know what? We're a little bit deeper into downtown Ogden, believe it or not. It can get a little scary sometimes, but we're on 24th and Wall in Ogden.
24th and Wall.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Alicia.
Hey, thanks, everyone.
Good luck. All right.
She's making good use out of the check-in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mountain Mama checking in.
Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Calling from West Virginia.
Hey.
Why would you call yourself Mountain
She's
Mama?
We do this every
Virginia.
time she calls.
Is she calling from West Virginia?
Time we talk
Every
about
time we call.
You've left a great impression on me, Mountain Mama.
Every time.
Apparently.
Yeah. So what's up today?
Well, I sort of need Carrie's animal advice.
Uh-oh.
We just got a silver lab, and my cat brings in dead mice, and I think he swallowed one whole.
The lab?
You know,
the dog did.
You know, Todd Newcomb has a silver lab.
Yeah, he quite likes it. I think he'll be fine. I mean,
if it doesn't agree with him, he'll cough it up.
You know, he'll just.
Well,
you know,
the more I tried to get it out of his mouth, the more he just kept swallowing it down.
I think it's probably okay.
I think you're going to be all right. I think he'll be. How old is he?
All right.
How old is he?
He's like 12 weeks.
Oh, he's little.
Oh, well, okay, that could.
Do you live in? Do you live in the backwoods somewhere? There's no vet around.
That's right. All West Virginians live in the backwoods.
There's no civilization in West Virginia, apparently.
Not.
Just to keep an eye on him, and if he starts to act strange, you know, and watch his poops, of course. You know, you gotta.
Or if he doesn't eat.
Or if he doesn't eat.
Or
you know, you'll know.
Or if he falls over.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll know. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Keep the critters away from your dog.
Well, the cat brings him in.
Yeah.
Well, the cat is feeling neglected because of the new puppy, and he's trying to curry favor by bringing you presents.
Why can't we teach cats to bring you
So
something
give more
useful?
attention to the cat.
Yeah, pay a little more attention to the cat.
Like have the cat bring the newspaper in from the
Yeah.
porch.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Chores.
See ya.
All right. We'll see
Sounds
you.
good.
All right.
Bye.
West Virginia, huh?
Yeah.
Never.
Every time.
Don't remember.
Let's see. Just a quick run
That's
of the...
how important these check-ins are to me.
Let's see. This morning you opened the show with a Tyler Glenn song. Yes. A while back, he lost his laptop on a front-runner train. You made an attempt to help him get it back. Ever since, I've wondered if he did, in fact, get it back.
He did. No, he did.
Oh, did he?
He did. Stacy from Orem checking in.
It was somebody from West Virginia gave it to
Yep,
us.
Mountain Mama found it for him.
Hi, Lords and Lady. Vicky of the Angel checking in. After a drinky turkey day, a bird attack to the face,
Wow.
a Steelers win, and bragging rights over fantasy, it's been one hell of a ride this weekend. Need to give about 42% because we're laying low.
All right.
A bird attack to the face needs more explanation, I think.
Boring New York City lawyer, Tim the
I've
tree
been there.
guy. Army Jane checking in. Laura the Alzheimer's lady.
Genesee from Boise.
Yep.
What are you doing up there?
Mm-hmm.
She's coming back from Thanksgiving in Central Oregon.
Ah,
All right. Well, I guess we have to try today.
all right.
Okay, so coming up after this, we got Big Boy News, Opinnuendo, and the X-Poll. The X-Poll being, what are your non-traditional holiday traditions?
And it doesn't have to be Christmas. It can be Thanksgiving or
Yeah.
Easter or
Hanukkah,
any.
Arbor Day,
Sure.
Non-traditional.
Flag Day.
Like most people have turkey on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I had a roast pig.
Ah.
You know, things like that.
That's weird.
Different things. Things that Gina would go, that's not right.
That's weird.
Anyway, so your holidays are coming around, and tabletop games are huge.
Yeah.
I want to tell you about Hester Games and Hobby. If you love to play games, especially board games, like your Pokemon, your Magic the Gathering, your Dungeons and Dragons, HasterGames.com, or go to their official location, their brick and mortar, 6831 South State. And you should go down there because they'll let you try the games. They'll let you play them. They got tables set up there, and you can sit down.
Oh, nice. They want you to stay and play.
Yeah, they want you to stay and play. So they carry the best selection of all the latest board games and Magic products. They buy pre-owned board games and Magic products, too. So if you've got some you might want to trade them in, they'll buy them from you. Haster Games, located at 6831 South State. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sunday. Just stay and play. It's a great place to do that. Remember, Haster has it. 6831 South State. They also have toys. Carry toys down there, like your Funko Pop figures and your scalers and things like that. So go see them. Trading cards, role-playing games. You might as well start gaming at Haster Games and Hobby. The address again, 6831 South State. Oh, Gina, hi.
Man.
Woo, that's loud traffic.
That is, sorry.
We've got a crash, SR 140. This is 794 West, 146 South in Salt Lake. That's the only accident being reported so far, unless you want to report one. You do that by texting us 33986. Brought to you by Get Unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback Credit Card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Want music? Listen at 10 for a 1-hour non-stop music wingding on X96.
Sentence number 1 in Spanish, please.
¿Qué dijo el pavo de acción de gracias después de la cena? Estoy lleno.
Wow.
¿Qué dijo el pavo de acción de gracias después de la cena? Estoy lleno.
Yes, no. Estoy lleno. Ajá.
Estoy lleno.
Estoy lleno.
Estoy lleno.
¿Qué dijo el pavo de acción de gracias después? Después. Gracias después de la cena estoy lleno. Wow.
Estoy lleno.
Gracias después.
Wow.
All right. Okay, that's good, Gino.
All right.
And in English, Mario?
You know, I was talking to someone, and then they said, how come Gina always said just the last word? She never said the whole sentence. Estoy lleno.
How do you say because she's very lazy?
Porque es muy floja.
Muy floja.
Muy floja. Go ahead in English, Mario.
Okay. What did the Thanksgiving turkey say after dinner?
I don't know what.
I'm stuffed.
Estoy lleno.
Stuffed.
Estoy lleno.
All right, and sentence number 2 in Spanish, please.
Algo de porra para Brigham Young. Otros para la Universidad de Utah. Yo le voy a las porristas.
Algo de porra para Brigham Young. Otros para la Universidad de Utah. Utah. Yo le voy a las porristas.
Sí.
Algo de porra para Brigham Young, otros para la Universidad de Utah. Yo le voy a las porristas. ¡A las porristas!
And that is in English, Mario?
Some cheer for Brigham Young, others for the University of Utah. I cheer for the cheerleaders.
Yay! The only way to go.
But not when my wife is around.
No.
Yep.
No. Mario, are you going to have a big traditional Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes, sir.
What will you have?
We're going to have turkey. I'm sorry, pavo.
Pavo. De acción de gracias.
And what else will you have?
You know, usually we met at El Farol.
Oh, do you?
We met at El Farol, so we all bring a dish.
Yeah.
So
and have
pavo is gonna be there for reals.
So you'll have the turkey at the restaurant, and
then some other dishes, salads, and.
What will your wife bring, or do you cook?
I don't cook.
Yeah, your wife will cook.
My wife will cook,
and she will bring.
Let me call her.
No, it's all right. Thanks, Mario.
I don't know what she'll bring.
I'm sure she appreciates the fact that you know what she's bringing. First big boy news and a Pinuendo brought to you by
Outperforming the others' performance, Toyota Bountiful, with exciting 2018 Toyota Camry at a price that will put a smile on your face.
News. Here we go.
Well, okay, here we go. Let's see. I'll start with a story for you, Gina. A couple stories here. I've got
couple?
For you. Yeah. Well, how about this? This is all of the creepy things that are living in your Christmas tree. You get a real tree, right?
I feel very strongly about the real tree.
We drape our Christmas trees in tinsel, adorn them with fairy lights, deck them in baubles, and generally love to jazz them up. You love decorating the tree?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You love the smell of the real fresh-cut tree. But, you know, there's a lot more to a Christmas tree than meets the eye. Just ask the 25,000 critters to whom your tree is home sweet home.
Oh, there are not 25,000 critters.
Research has revealed, and you cannot argue with research, research has revealed that legions of lice, mites, moths, and spiders are lurking in Christmas trees, just sleeping away in hibernation. Bugs hibernate for the winter and usually empty their bodies of fluids that produce a chilled liquid and become completely inactive.
They empty their bodies of liquid?
Yeah. Fluids, yeah.
Fluids.
Yeah. So they're almost desiccated, but they're still living, and they're on your tree. Upon feeling the heat and being awakened by the light, they believe that springtime has arrived, and they spring back to life. If you pound a tree on a white cloth before you throw it out after Christmas, you will discover bugs. Bugs, lots of them. Now, I've had spiders come crawling out of my Christmas tree before, and one year we had the Christmas mouse. Now, I don't know if he came with the tree, but he sure lived under the tree and was there pretty much the whole Christmas until
Did you know he was there?
Yes. We couldn't catch him. Finally got a cat.
I was going to say, them cats are good for nothing, aren't they?
No, we didn't have a cat at the time.
Yeah.
Are you trying to ruin Christmas trees for me?
I am. You should avoid live trees, said this researcher. All right. Now, this is a story for all of us. Police are investigating the possibility that there is a brothel in Harriman, Utah. The findings from a recently released search warrant suggests a Harriman, Utah woman was offering sexually oriented massages to men, and police believe she was running as many as 3 prostitutes out of her home at one time. The house, located near the Harriman Library.
Near the library?
Well, you know, everybody needs a good book. Was the site of a police sting operation last month. Officers say the woman operated the massages out of her home and marketed the services on the website backpage.com.
Okay.
The search warrant says officers set up a meeting with all 4 girls at 10 p.m. in October. The suspect hugged the police officer, and I mean just embraced.
Yeah.
Not our Radio from Hell version.
Real world hug.
And led me downstairs, the officer said. In the basement, there were at least 2 different rooms with massage beds in them, the warrant said. The rooms were set up a lot like a legitimate massage parlor. She instructed the officer to take off all of his clothes and lay down on the massage table.
Sounds like a massage so far.
According to neighbors, they say they knew something was going on at the home. There were cars constantly spending the night, people coming in the middle of the night. Arriving, I should say, in the middle of arriving in the middle of the night, and said one neighbor who asked not to be identified. Charges have not yet been filed. Police will likely gather more evidence because, well,
I don't want to gather that evidence.
And submit, well, nobody's asked you to, and submit the information to the district attorney. A brothel in Harriman. Now, there are, speaking of massages, now nearly 200 women have accused massage envy locations around the United States of sexual assault.
200?
Mm-hmm. 200 women say they were sexually assaulted while visiting massage envy locations across the United States, according to BuzzFeed. The investigative report and more than 180 women have filed sexual assault lawsuits, police reports, and state board complaints against the massage chain, its franchise locations, and employees. Massage Envy provides little guidance to its 1,170, that's a lot, franchise locations in 49 states on how to properly handle sexual assault claims, BuzzFeed reported. So they just, they have all these locations, but they're not.
They don't have a uniform system.
A policy. Women told the news organization that they believed their complaints, which include groping and other things that I won't mention here, were ignored or pushed aside by the company while assailants continued working at Massage Envy or elsewhere in the profession. In some cases, multiple women reported assault by the same massage therapist before Massage Envy took action.
I wonder if they don't have a very good vetting system for hiring people.
Well, that's kind of a conclusion you could draw, Gina.
Well,
yes.
I just mean they.
Now, how about Utah? I think Channel 2 did this. When they got this information, they said, well, let's look and see what's going on here. There are at least 4 Utah massage therapists who have been disciplined for sexual misconduct this year, but it's not clear if any of them are connected to Massage Envy. The BuzzFeed article outlined the stories of nearly 200 women. In a search of court records, 2 News did not find any lawsuits against Massage Envy here in the state this year for sexual misconduct. Now, there were Utah massage therapists accused of sexual misconduct. There are 5 different claims, and the names of the masseurs in this case, I think they're all men, are listed here. I'm not going to go into it, but if you want to know who they are and where they worked, there's a Channel 2 report about that. You can find that at KUTV.com. Now, Donald Trump, he's going to be a boner candidate today.
This is egregious
too much,
enough.
Too much.
Yeah, this was pretty egregious.
Now, I'm not going to tell you about what it is right now.
Wrong.
Because it's going to be in the boner candidates. But I forgot to mention this over the weekend. My wife showed me this, and I just looked it up again this morning. There is a Crown Plaza Hotel in downtown Atlanta, and they are projecting in great big letters, using a letter projector on the side of the Crown Plaza. Looks really good. It's very professionally done. It says F Trump.
Yep, huge letters.
Huge on the side of the Crown Plaza Hotel. And, of course, people rush to see if there was anything to stop it. We've got to stop this. People, the good citizens, the good upright citizens of Atlanta, some of them feel that's...
There it is.
There it is at x96.com/live.
I am kind of surprised it's not illegal.
Well, apparently it's not.
Apparently not.
Apparently it's not. They've looked into it.
Here's my problem with that phrase.
They said there's no censorship. We can't censor it. And the Crown Plaza says we'll keep doing it.
Here's my problem with that phrase. Ew.
Well, it's not,
Gina.
That way.
It's wrong. It's not.
Ew.
Listen, Gina. No. Why would you even? What? I think there's something wrong with you that you would even go there.
You see why the English language is so hard to learn?
I know.
It's
they don't mean that. You're exactly right, Terry. You're exactly
I
right.
have this argument all the time with people who say, why don't they learn to speak English? You don't understand how hard the English language is to learn.
Because I read that, and that's how I read that, and I think
you do.
And I think
you really do.
I think ew.
You really do.
And I think he looks at that, and I think he reads it the same way.
People
he goes,
love
"Of course,
me.
everybody loves me.
They want to make love to me, sweet, passionate love."
Wait, I want to go back. You really do? Really?
Anyway. So where was this going?
Well, I just
before she derailed it completely.
Not going as she does. Not going anywhere other than to say, there it is.
There it is.
I
folks.
just want people to know, to be aware of it.
All right.
There it is.
Sports weather traffic.
Brought to you by Carl Malone Auto Group's massive year-end sale. New Toyotas, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, Rams, Mitsubishis, used vehicles, just $88 down, $88 a month. Go to carlmaloneauto.com. Well, we have a professional women's soccer team here in Salt Lake now, and they named their head coach yesterday.
What did they name her?
Well, she came with a name.
Oh,
Yay!
I see. You see how difficult the English language
is? Her name's Laura Harvey, and they seem really excited about her. She was the head coach for the Seattle women's team, and she's from England, and they know their soccer in England. And later today, they're going to announce things like the team name and how you can get season tickets.
Later today, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good.
I know you know it. Don't say.
I don't. No, I don't.
You were told it, but you have forgotten it, yes. Because I was told too.
It's good that you forgot it.
I might not have been paying
you know
attention.
What? I've forgotten it as well.
I remembered it because I went, cool.
Oh, no, I think I just remembered. Yeah. Yes, I did. Okay.
So that's, I think, noon. They're going to do a press conference about that. So very, very exciting. That's sport. Oh, and Ty Detmer got fired.
Yeah.
We knew that was coming.
I was standing in the office of our sales manager and our boss yesterday, and I had my phone on that I can get notifications or my watch on, and I was standing there buzzed on and I looked at him and looked at him, I smiled, and I said, "Hey, you guys, Ty Detmer got fired." And they went, "Okay."
Yeah, that was not surprising at all. That's sports. Weather, yesterday this time it was 65 degrees.
Yeah, weird.
And we're only going to get up to the mid to upper 40s today, but we should be done with the rain and that stuff. Should be partly cloudy today. Traffic, let's see, we've got a crash southbound I-15 at milepost 327. That's in Kaysville. Left lanes are blocked there. And gosh, looks like that's about it. You can send us traffic if you see it. I appreciate it when you let us know. 33986. Brought to you by Get Unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Regarding the legality of the sign on the side of the hotel in Atlanta, it is legal there, and our attorney Ed Brass points out it is also legal to do that in Utah.
Just saying.
Just putting it out there.
How about the 12-story Broadway Media Tower?
It's beautiful at night.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
All right.
Oh, the X-Bowl.
It is time for the X-Bowl.
So what are your non-traditional holiday traditions?
So maybe Richie should come in and explain this Christmas Adam, which is kind of what started our conversation yesterday about this. What is Christmas Adam?
So I put out a thing on Facebook talking about the holidays, and people introduced me to this holiday, Christmas Adam. Never heard of it. You've heard of Christmas Eve.
Sure.
And so what Christmas Adam is for some people here in the state of Utah, Facebook friends of mine, is it's the day before Christmas Eve. So
Christmas Eve.
So Adam came before Eve.
Yeah.
So it's the 23rd of December.
No, nobody celebrates this.
No, there are lots of people who celebrate
No,
this.
they don't.
Yes. I celebrate Christmas Steve.
How do you do that?
But on the same day as Christmas Eve, but...
So what are you supposed to do on Christmas Adam?
Well, so there is not a set tradition.
Because nobody does it.
Universally, but there are several people who on the day before Christmas... You know, that's when they get together and have a big family dinner, or that's when they start with one present on Christmas Adam.
No, they don't.
No, I swear.
Nobody does
There
this.
are lots of people who celebrate Christmas Adam.
I bet they're not.
So that is a non-traditional holiday
but it's
tradition.
not just Christmas. Carrie had a non-traditional Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, and we had, instead of your traditional, Thanksgiving meal that we know of as turkey and yams and all that. We had a roast pig. It was a Chinese roast pig. Got it at Chinatown.
Like a whole pig with a face and everything.
Yeah.
Ears. It looks so delicious.
Yeah. Somebody ate the ears. I didn't see who. But and then when there was a prime rib. Now, this is the second time I've had prime rib for Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to make that my tradition.
I've had prime rib at Christmas.
You know, just wonderful.
Did you miss the turkey?
No.
No, you didn't.
I didn't miss the turkey. I didn't miss the pumpkin pie. The one thing that we did do that was traditional was the stuffing. You know, the bread stuffing.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we did that was for leftovers the next morning to put them in the waffle iron and cook them.
Which is brilliant, by the way.
Which is crispy and, you know.
I do a kind of a non-traditional Christmas celebration. Every year I get my kids who drive a membership in AAA. So, Dylan, here's your AAA card.
I thought he wasn't related to you.
Yeah.
I get anybody named Dylan Allred.
Oh, okay.
Anybody named Allred. And let's see, there's one for his sister.
This can't be a tradition. I'm looking at our Facebook page. Watching Silence of the Lambs on Christmas Eve. Is that really?
No, I swear to you, a lot of people do that. No, they do.
Some people, I guess.
It's a tradition for someone. That's all that this is. It doesn't have to be.
And I thought I heard Dylan talking about Friendsgiving, whatever that was. Friendsgiving. He was hungover.
A lot of people do Friendsgiving.
Yeah, hungover from Friendsgiving.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
You get together with your friends, not on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
but,
and it's not your family at all.
No, it's your friends,
Just
and you
your
make
friends.
a Thanksgiving dinner like separate from actual Thanksgiving.
And that's what Friendsgiving is, right, Dylan?
Right. It kind of started with college kids who were away from their families for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And so it was, or people, you know, a lot of New Yorkers do it. People move to the city, but they don't have any family there. So it's Friendsgiving.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily happen on Thanksgiving. You do it around there.
So 877-602-9696. How about y'all?
Let's see. We got. We always have a Christmas Eve party. That way we don't clash with the in-laws.
Christmas Eve.
Eve.
So that's
Adam or Steve.
But they don't call it that.
A lot of divorced families celebrate Christmas Adam due to custody issues.
Now,
I can
like
see that.
my family and my husband's family, it's really hard when everybody wants to see you on Christmas, and you're.
I wouldn't know.
but you spend all Christmas Day. We got to hurry up and leave here to get to the other place because we have to see. So
that's when my ex-wife would be yelling at me.
Yeah.
You hate my family.
So God bless my mother-in-law, who's just about the most chill person ever. We celebrate Christmas with her on New Year's Day. We open Christmas presents New Year's Day. We spend the whole day there.
That's just wrong.
So it doesn't clash with my family and what they do, and we're not rushing around to try to do everything on the same day.
Yeah, we handle that like
wonderful.
we go to my mother-in-law's for Christmas Eve, and then we go up to Ogden on Christmas Day.
Yeah. We started a new tradition this year: Chinese food as lunch instead. Oh, great! Now somebody texted in and it kicked it down. Of the traditional Thanksgiving meal. No stress, less cleanup.
877-602-9696. You see, nobody's calling because nobody does that Christmas Adam. Everybody just in this state does just straight ahead Fred Christmas.
Here's another Chinese food. When we go for Chinese food on Cinco de Mayo, there's never a wait to get in.
Makes sense.
Die Hard movie series marathons on Christmas.
I like that. Actually, you just need to watch the first one. You don't need to watch any of the others.
My mother does the 24 days of Christmas starting December 1st. You get to open a small item every day up until Christmas when you get to open up the one big present. Small items can be things like money, socks, small toys, large items.
It's kind of like the Advent calendar.
Yeah, kind of that. Blackout Friday. This is about the 5th year we've done it. We go to the bar and drink till we're unconscious.
That's not a tradition.
Why can't it be?
Let's see. My husband and I spend Christmas Adam eating seafood. Lobster, sushi, salmon, etc. It's a delicious, crazy edition. Let's see. Christmas, what? Let me find this. Christmas corn dogs? What?
Ooh.
No Christmas corn dogs.
Hang them on the tree.
Christmas Eve corn dogs. Every Christmas Eve, everyone brings their own secret dish, and then the main course is always corn dogs.
Kind of a bunch of great side dishes.
Why corn dogs?
Why not? Because corn dogs are so poisonous, you should only eat them once a year.
I think it's because it has the K sound, like Christmas.
The Christmas corn dog.
Yes.
Okay.
Richard Paul Evans writes the Christmas corn dog. It's
now on sale.
Her meaning of
Deseret book.
If you want to call in, 877-602-9696, your non-traditional holiday. Doesn't have to be Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Could be birthday.
Any holiday, non-traditional.
Or birthdays or, President's Day.
Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 325 Shepherd Lane in Davis County. Crash southbound I-15 milepost 327 in Kaysville. Looks like that is about it. Let me check our message stream quickly. 33986 if you see any accidents you want to let other people know about.
All right, text poll continues after this. Also, round one of the boner voting coming up.
Yeah, you all hang on the phone there. We'll get to you right after this.
All right, KXRK Provo.
This holiday season, X96 and Mark Miller Subaru want to share the love with those who need it.
How did you woo, or how were you wooed by your current spouse? How did you know they were, quote, the one? Thank you for considering my question.
It was the neoprene bustier. That's how I knew.
You should tell people about them. Don't just say that.
That's how I knew she was the one. It was the it was the neoprene bustier she was wearing. I went, yeah, she's the one. Yeah, that's the one right there.
We were at a live studio audience up at the Einstein's Bagels in Olympus Cove. And she was there with her friends. I have to credit Artie Fufkin, actually.
Really?
Because I sat there and Artie overheard me. I was like, yeah, I want to go and ask her out, but I just. And what was great is that she just didn't care. She was having none of it. She was tired. She was dragged there by her friends. She didn't care. And Artie said, well, you know what you do. You pass her a note.
Like in school.
Like in school. Yeah. That's immediately what I said. What, like in school? He goes, yeah, pass her a note. And I did pass her the note. This is I know this is weird, but if you wouldn't mind, get coffee later.
Check this box.
Yes or no? She still has the note.
Really?
Yeah. And it kind of went from there.
I was single at the time, and Mary Claire, my mother, said, well, are you dating anybody? No, I'm not dating. Oh, well, are you? Are you talking to anybody? And I said, well, I've kind of been emailing with this guy from college.
For a year.
And she said, Joe Jones? She totally plucked his name out of the air. And I said, how did you know? And she said, because he was the best looking guy you went to school with. So Mary Claire knew he was the one before we ever went out on a date. We went out on a date and we were married 3 months later. It was, I guess you could say it was a year of wooing via email.
It took 3 months for his divorce to be final, right?
That's another story.
Now, did you find the Mitt Romney?
I did find the Mitt Romney.
All right, let me just read to you briefly where he did this. It was during a surprise appearance at a dinner this week.
Did he pop out of a cake?
For Washington, D.C. radio and television reporters, his top 10 list of reasons why he dropped out of the race for the White House earlier this year.
Oh, now I found the David Letterman. Is this a different thing that you're talking about?
It says here Romney offered the David Letterman-style list, written with the help of several campaign advisors at the Radio and Television Correspondents Annual Awards dinner Wednesday night. A video of the appearances available on YouTube.
Now, see, I've got the David Letterman. I don't know if this is the same thing.
Why don't you do it, and I'll see if that's
I also
the same
have
thing.
The other one, too. So.
Top 10 reasons Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race. Well, here you have it.
As topical as though torn from today's headline. Exactly right. Top 10 reasons Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race. Here we go, number 10. Harsh Midwest weather was murder on his split ends. Number 9.
Is that?
This is not the Mitt Romney one. This is Letterman's, but let's see which one is funnier.
Okay.
Wants to devote more time to his rap persona, P. Mitty. P. Mitty. Number 8. Polls show public doesn't want a president who looks like a casino greeter.
That's good. That's good.
Number 7, just couldn't compete with the Ron Paul juggernaut. Number 6.
That's funny.
Unveiling a new line of honey-roasted Rom Nuts. What? What? What?
Honey-roasted Rom Nuts.
Honey-roasted Rom Nuts. I don't know what's the matter with the guy. Number 5, that bastard Zogby had it in for him. Number 4, apparently America's not ready for a white male president. Number 3.
That's good. That's a good one.
Number 3. No, number 3, a writer suffering from Mitt withdrawal. Number 2, there was that little problem of nobody voting for him. And the number 1 reason Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race, lost all of his money betting on the Patriots.
There you go.
Radio from Hell on X96.
So did they hang on?
They did.
For the X Bowl. 877-602-9696. The lines are full right now, but try, you'll get in a second. What are your non-traditional holiday traditions?
And it's brought to you by AWOL Nation, coming to the Complex Wednesday, March 7th. Tickets are on sale at thecomplexslc.com. Listen throughout the day for a keyword and text it to 33986 for a chance to win a pair of tickets to see AWOL Nation this March from X96.
All right, so let's go. Your non-traditional holiday traditions. Let's go to Tasha. Hello, Tasha.
Tasha.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
So our non-holiday tradition is kind of a mix between Christmas and Thanksgiving. I have 2 children who have birthdays at the beginning and end of November, in which they acquire a lot of new toys. So we have them kind of after Thanksgiving, right before Christmas.
Oh, your phone's breaking up.
No.
Sorry.
They have, can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you have them? What do you have them do?
We have them gather up all of the toys and stuff that they don't play with anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're about to get new ones for Christmas, and they just got new ones for their birthday, and so we kind of have them gather them up. We call it Purge.
Mm.
They either donate them or give them to us.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we're losing
we're
you,
losing
Tasha.
you, but
Sorry.
I like that idea, and we do a similar thing in our house because all 3 of my kids, their birthdays right around Christmas too, so we go through the house every year this time and do the same thing.
Why, you never give any of that stuff to me.
Do you want their old toys?
Yeah, pass them on to my kids. They're probably better than anything I give them.
Well, it's no AAA membership, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Katie. Hello, Katie.
Have you know that's expensive?
Hi.
Katie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So my tradition is every New Year's Day we go to my father's house and have brats and sauerkraut.
Brats and sauerkraut.
Delicious.
Don't ask me why. He started it years ago when I was a kid, and it's just stuck. So we go every year.
Katie, I know you asked us, you said not to ask you why, but why? You have any idea at all?
Is there an answer?
You know, I'm not sure. I think it's because my maiden name is Hanson and my dad's convinced we're German, so
I'm
that's why
convinced
he
you're
likes
German.
sauerkraut.
Maybe it's
convinced.
time to get a hold of the DNA
You
test.
can find out that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Oh, I've told him. Ancestry.com, Dad.
What?
No, I don't believe in that. I know what I am.
I know what I am.
Oh, you
Thank you,
be
Katie.
surprised
Thank
sometimes.
you.
Thank you.
All right, Katie, bye-bye. Let's go to Michael. Hello, Michael.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Tell us about it.
So every Christmas Eve, I don't know why it started, but we have a candlelit dinner with like all the aunts and cousins, and it's lasagna. I don't know why it's lasagna.
Seems like an odd
But-
Christmas Eve.
Again, there has to be some rhyme or reason to these things, even if it's simply, my great
I
aunt.
never thought to ask why.
Well, this
But
year.
I
This
didn't
year
think it was
ask.
weird growing up.
Well,
and,
this year.
And
Yeah.
when we were kids, we would also do a piñata afterwards.
And see,
And I'll get
again,
candy.
this is you gotta
Ask the
ask.
questions.
You gotta
I
ask.
think it's because your dad is convinced that he's part Mexican and part Italian. Right?
Apparently.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it was on my mom's side, and I don't know, but
All right.
I never thought to ask. I never thought it was weird until I was in junior high, and I'm like, oh yeah, lasagna for tomorrow, and they're like, what? Why?
Yeah. So people have been asking you why, and you still have.
This year, find
It's
out.
your assignment, Michael.
I'll try.
Let us know.
Thanks,
We'll
guys.
see you.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Let's go to Hillary. Hello, Hillary.
Hello, I love you guys. Thanks for letting me listen.
Thank
I
you.
love you too, Hillary.
What's your
Lovely.
thing?
My friends and I, we do a hate-giving instead of a Friendsgiving about 6 months after Thanksgiving.
Hates
Kind of
giving.
yeah, hate-giving. We're extremely sarcastic people,
Mm-hmm.
and we dress in black and have our families come, and we all have a Thanksgiving dinner and talk about the things we hate.
All
Sounds
right.
very positive.
I like that.
I like it. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
That's it.
Let's see. I made clam chowder every Christmas Eve. Have done for years.
Yeah, my mother we'd go for a tree trimming party, and it was always clam chowder for the tree trimming party.
Did you ask why?
I did.
You,
And she said, because I make damn good clam
well,
chowder.
there you go.
A few days after Thanksgiving, I get drunk off eggnog and rum. I crank up the Christmas music, put on my Santa hat, singing and dancing and putting up the decorations and tree until I pass out. I'm usually alone.
My younger son loves eggnog, and he'll buy, like yesterday, he came home with a half gallon of eggnog, and it was gone by then.
Oh,
Wow.
that's just too thick.
He loves it.
I can have a tiny bit of eggnog, like that much.
I can't do that anymore. I used to, but I can't.
Loves it. Oh, man.
Let's see. Let's go to Rob. Hello, Rob.
How you guys doing this morning?
Good.
Fine.
So my non-traditional is because they start putting stuff out for Christmas like in August.
Yeah.
On Halloween. This is the tradition my son started, and I've continued it. And what we do is we give away the little mini candy canes on Trick or Treat.
So that's your Halloween trick or treat candy. That's
I like
perfect.
it.
That is perfect.
Yeah, we hand out Christmas candy on Halloween.
I thoroughly endorse this.
It's in with the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Does anyone ever comment when you hand them the mini candy canes? Or?
They look at it really weird, and then they drop it in their bag anyway.
You know they're never going to eat it.
My daughter loves candy
You
canes.
never know. There are those kids that like the candy
Yep.
canes. So.
My
All right.
daughter does.
Thank you.
So that's what we do.
Okay,
right.
thanks.
My father-in-law cuts his eggnog with Sprite.
Yeah. That's not cutting it. That's sweet, too. You have to cut it with something.
Does he like the bubbles?
That's what I'm thinking. He likes the effervescence of it, so you ought to use a mineral water.
Okay, now I have
A
to
LaCroix?
Or some Topo Chico.
I have to try that now. I'm just out of curiosity. People are calling the Hatesgiving things that must giving. Things that must go giving? All right. Let's see. On Thanksgiving, we go out to Willard Bay and shoot all the leftover pumpkins.
877-602-9696, by the way. The lines are completely open if you want to get in with your non-traditional holiday tradition.
My extended family does 70s style fondue. Raw meat and 2 hot pots of boiling oil.
There you
Sounds
go.
dangerous.
It
is.
It is. Were you? I think you were with us, Carrie, in Innsbruck when we were having that kind of fondue. Do you remember? In Austria, and the hot oil got spilled all over Claudia.
I was not there for that. I must have missed that.
Yeah, we went out for dinner without you.
Traumatic.
Yeah.
Let's see. Every year, the second weekend of March, my friends and I celebrate what I call Glutton Day. It's a feast that you bring an item to share that you've craved but unable to splurge on in the past year.
Like corn dogs.
It started when my idiot friend decided he wanted to eat an entire cheese wheel.
That doesn't sound good.
I hang my Christmas lights on Halloween to avoid doing it on a snowy or icy roof, but then I turn them on for Halloween night just to mess with the kids.
Yeah, sure. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, all right. So anyway, there you go.
Let's see. A couple of other people are calling in if we have time to go. We're done?
Completely out of time.
All right.
Sorry, folks. We're out of time.
You didn't call soon enough.
If you want to go to our Facebook page, there's a post there. You can leave a message about your non-traditional holiday traditions.
Do it there.
Let's see. We have a couple people telling me about this incident, a crash westbound SR 209. This is 90th South near 27th West. There's apparently a lot of emergency vehicles on the scene there. Lots of friends of the program actually sending me that one, though, so you're being affected by that. Crash southbound I-15 Shepherd Lane in Davis County. And looks like that is about it. That's traffic.
So, Boner of the Day, round one.
Yes, what do we have?
Coming up. We have, it's a skull. What's the big deal? Boner candidate number 2, hey, I didn't use a real gun. And Boner candidate number 3, he never misses an opportunity to be an ass.
All right.
Those are the boners coming up, and we've got some pretty interesting news coming up as well, including Salt Lake Comic-Con in court.
Oh, okay.
And pro football player who allegedly murdered his wife in Park City made an appearance in court.
That's right.
All
that 10 more on the way. Stand by. Bonus round 1 as well coming up. I got to tell you about Salt Lake Film Society.
Oh, they've got their wassail and waffles coming up.
Now what is that?
And that's free holiday fun for the family. Yep. You dress your own waffle, you get to meet Santa and see a great holiday film on the big screen. This happens at the...
I just was going to say, it's so amazing to see people dressed as waffles. It's terrific.
It's happening at the Broadway, December 9th. It's a Saturday. It's 10 a.m. and it's free.
Yeah.
Really?
Why do they do that? It's
to get you to come on in.
They could charge for that.
So you just go have some wassail and some waffles and meet Santa at the Broadway Center, which is, of course, 111 East 3rd South. That's Saturday, December 9th at 10 a.m., and that's from your pals at Salt Lake Film Society. Also, they're presenting Sing with Maria. This has become a tradition that they do. The sound of music on the big screen, and there's a costume contest, and then you feel free to burst into song during the movie and sing along with the songs.
I am 16, going on
Please
17.
Gina, they're asking that you not attend. Oh. That's also Saturday, December 9th at 2 p.m., 6:30 and 6:30 p.m. at the Tower Theater. Details at slfs.org.
X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight, almost 3,000 people, including 800 children, will be safe and warm in the Road Homes emergency shelters or housing programs.
Drop off blankets, coats, boots, hats, and gloves at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer and join us on December 20th and 21st as we do our annual broadcast from the Road Home. X96 will broadcast live for 2 days from the Road Home's Salt Lake Community Shelter to raise funds to provide shelter, supportive services, and housing all year long.
Go to x96.com for Rocky Mountain Chevrolet dealership donation locations or make a cash donation. Help Utahns get back on the road to their own home.
At Dollar Loan Center, we keep it simple. We lend more, we have more locations, and we cost less. Way less. It's all at don'tbebroke.com.
Dollar Loan Center.
It's holiday time, which means we've extended our hours, loosened our lending limits, and made it even easier to get you cash quick. You can apply no matter how messed up your credit may be. There are no application fees, no prepayment penalties. You don't even need a checking account. Get a signature loan up to $5,000 or an auto title loan up to 80% of your vehicle's value. We guarantee to beat the rate of any payday loan company. Our interest accrues daily and does not compound. So what's that mean? It means if you only need the loan for 3 days, you only pay 3 days worth of interest. It's that simple. DLC also gives you the most time to pay back your loan, up to 1 year if you need it, and we know you're good for it. Dollar Loan Center is your community short-term lender with 9 area locations. Check us out online at don'tbebroke.com or call 933-LOAN today.
I've decided that it's time for a public service message.
Are you looking at your
every
budget
Friday
for the
at this
upcoming
time,
holiday
called
season,
Just for Kids?
thinking about all the gifts
And I
you
do
have
this
to buy,
because
all the dinners, all
I'm
of
a
the
role
fun,
model.
and you're thinking, man, I got to save some money. Well, here's a way that maybe you didn't think of.
Hi, kids.
It's with your insurance.
It's me,
You need to get with
your
Security
role model,
Service Insurance
Kerry
because they're
Jackson.
going to
You
work
know,
for
the
you.
guy
They're
you
going to
wanna
shop
grow up to
policies
be.
on your behalf, and they're going to find you the best coverage at the
Sorry, we
best
have to do
possible
this.
prices. And this is coverage for
I gotta
home and
talk to you
auto and
about a
even
new,
things like
new
renters,
high
boats,
that's going
motorcycles, and
around.
RVs. You already know Security Service has great credit cards, mortgages, and checking accounts because it's a subsidiary of
And the lactate, pastures new, chasing old Bessie, or riding the White River. Yes, kids, I'm talking about this new high.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, you should never, never try to drink an entire plastic jug of milk in the space of an hour. Never do that.
Don't do that.
Now I'm talking the vitamin D milk, not the 2% or the low fat. All right.
The strong stuff.
And it's got to be the real thing. It can't be that lactate. Don't ever drink an entire plastic jug of milk in the space of an hour, okay? Now, some say that it creates a kind of euphoria, kind of like the time I drank too much Jägermeister. I mean, woo. I was messed up. Now, others say that the human body cannot possibly digest that much lactose in an hour, and it will just make you vomit. Be careful of those people, kids. Those people are called scientists. And as our president has made very clear, scientists cannot be trusted. Besides, they just want to keep this secret all to themselves. So never drink a gallon of jug in the space of an hour, because when you chase old Bessie, nobody wins. This is a message from me to you, kids.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but, I mean, come on. You know, we'll take what we can get. X96.
Yet there are still people who have not heard of us.
Yeah, I talked to a bunch of them yesterday. I hope, if any of the nice women in the book club are listening, or men that I go to, hi, good morning, y'all.
And sorry.
What? Wait, Bill does a radio show?
Gina, please do not characterize these very intelligent men and women like that, doing your caricature of an old woman. These are older, very liberal, intelligent people who've never heard of us.
They don't talk like that. What do they talk like?
They sort of like you, except with better grammar.
Well, this will make them feel welcome, Gary.
Just don't want to scare them away. Everything's fine here. It's like,
there we go.
It's like Main Street, USA. There you go. Let's see, 7:21 right now. Time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories. Now, let me walk them through this, okay, because they don't know.
It's new.
It's new to
Right.
them.
Actually, if they're okay, book club, pay attention.
Pay attention, book club. Boner means mistake. You remember that's the old term for mistake.
Oh, I'm sure they Carrie, know. You don't have to explain that.
Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you 3 examples, newspaper articles, examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote which of these 3 is the worst. Now, once you do that, the winner of this round will go on to Boner Dome for Boner Fight to possibly become Boner of the Day. It'll go up against the winner of round 2. That happens at 8:20.
Mm-hmm.
So we do this all over again with 3 different candidates. Mm-hmm. Okay? There you go.
All right.
And one of you lucky random boner voters will receive...
I Can't Buy It, Gotta Win It Radio from Hell Boner T-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
I just want to thank the 2 of you. I'm sure that the people in my book club, if they were tuning in at that moment, then immediately shut off their radios yelling, "Ageists!" All right. So potential listeners we could have had, but you 2 just alienated them. All right, here's boner candidate number 1. Yeah, it's a skull. What's the big deal? A man in California was arrested on Thanksgiving when he couldn't explain why he had a human skull in the trunk of his car. Wouldn't, or couldn't.
Wow, look at
He
him.
looks like the kind of man that would have a human skull in his car. X96.com/lie.
Yeah, just looking at those kind of, what are those scars or on his face? Maybe he was going to replace his own skull with the one he had. Joshua Davis. He's only 41, by the way.
That's
He's
41?
only 41?
Yeah.
He looks like he'd be in your book club.
He was... Again, Gina. I'm trying to get some new listeners here.
I'm sorry.
Liam, if you're listening, Liam's 80. Liam, if you're listening, you won't get this kind of abuse in New Orleans. Maybe you should move back there. Joshua Davis, he was a passenger in the car that was pulled over in Angels Camp in Northern California before midnight last Thursday after the driver ran past a stop sign. Angels Camp police reportedly recognized Mr. Davis from when he had driven the car earlier and asked him for some identification, which he initially refused. Police found that Mr. Davis did not have a valid driver's license, and then upon searching the car, they found meth behind the car's fuel tank and a human skull that looked like it was, according to the police, recently unearthed. Police said that Mr. Davis invoked his Miranda rights and refused to explain how he came to be in possession of a fresh human skull.
Fresh?
Yeah. He was reportedly arrested on charges of suspicion of violating his probation, driving on a suspended license, possessing methamphetamine, and disturbing human remains. Boner candidate number 1. Yeah, that's a skull. What's the big deal? Here's boner candidate number 2. Well, hey, I didn't use a gun. I mean, a real gun. I didn't use a real gun. Authorities say a Florida man shot a young boy with an airsoft gun as punishment. They say that 36-year-old Mark Cox was arrested Sunday and charged with child abuse. The Pasco, there's Mr.
Ooh,
Cox.
he's got the creepy eyes.
Those are really, those are scary, scary eyes.
X96.com/live.
Mr. Cox was arrested Sunday and charged with child abuse. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office says a witness told deputies that Mr. Cox purposely shot the 4-year-old child with plastic pellets because he wouldn't sit down after his mother told him to sit down.
Well, he'll sit down now.
The sheriff's office says the pellets left marks on the boy's neck. Injuries not considered serious. Deputies say Mr. Cox admitted to pulling the trigger but said, I thought the gun was broken. And it wasn't a real gun. Hey, I didn't use a real gun. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. He never misses an opportunity to be an ass.
Boner candidate number 3 after this here big boy news and a pinuendo brought to you by
Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
Disgraced former Today Show and Entertainment Tonight host Billy Bush was hospitalized. He got hit in the head with a golf ball. He was out on the course, and an errant. Well, the person who hit the golf ball says, "I wasn't trying to hit him, honest."
But it was a happy accident.
I should have yelled too.
Let's see now. Rosemary Bilquist, a woman who worked late on Wednesday. This is a story in upstate New York. She worked late on Wednesday, so by the time she returned home to her home in New York, it was already getting dark. So she took her yellow Labrador Retriever Sugar and Stella, 2 dogs, out for a walk around 3:30 or 5:30 p.m. while her husband Jamie stayed behind at their home. It's in Sherman, New York, about 65 miles southwest of Buffalo. About 15 or 20 minutes later, Sugar and Stella came back. She was not with them. I knew something had happened, said Mr. Bilquist. He went out looking for and found his wife shot dead.
Shot?
Shot. A neighbor thought she was a deer and shot her. Now, there are a lot of deer in that area. And you
Do they
can hunt
often
them.
walk with 2 dogs?
You can hunt them, but the man who shot her has been charged with the crime. The crime being, you're not supposed to hunt after sundown.
That's
so you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, there may be further charges
I would hope.
against him, but
yes.
The former professional football player, sort of,
he never really played,
charged with killing his wife by cutting her throat this month in Park City, made his first court appearance yesterday. It says here Wednesday. But I don't know what the deal is with that, because I think I heard this story a bunch of other places. I think it was yesterday, in a wheelchair. And his lawyer said he didn't know why his client was using a wheelchair.
I don't know why he's in a wheelchair.
Anthony McClanahan was a personal trainer who led boot camp workouts before his wife's death and did not use a wheelchair when he was arrested in a separate case weeks before the slaying in Park City. Defense attorney John Johnson said he didn't know why Mr. McClanahan was in that wheelchair. The Deseret News reported Johnson says he's still gathering information about the case. That's the attorney. McClanahan was not asked to enter a plea during the procedural hearing. He suffered some superficial cuts, which he probably came about as a result of a struggle with the knife that he allegedly used to kill his wife at the Park Regency Hotel. So Mr. McClanahan,
he probably just wanted to appear weak.
Yeah, he didn't use a wheelchair when he was arrested in October. Again, his attorney said, I'm not sure what's going on. We'll find out. Salt Lake Comic-Con. For 3 years, the founders of Comic-Con have been whipping up support from fans online as they insisted that the name of their pop culture event doesn't violate a trademark. But will they be able to convince a 12-person jury in the heart of San Diego?
I've been telling those guys from day one, you're not going to get a fair trial in San Diego.
I don't know how they were unable to move the trial somewhere more neutral.
This seems like you should be able to.
I don't know how it comes up that it's not how many Comic-Cons are
Well, there are plenty of them.
So
There
will
are.
this have
None of-
repercussions for all of them?
Yes.
Well, I don't. I think San Diego Comic-Con, if they're successful here,
Will
they
go.
they may go after but they'll have to go after the others.
Well, what they'll do is they picked on Salt Lake because it's an upcoming con, but it's not a long established big one.
And it's close to San Diego.
And it's close. So they went after Salt Lake because of that, and they realized because they want to own the term nationwide. They want to turn it into
A franchise.
because they're called Comic-Con International.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, this is just my opinion, that they want to do like what Wizard World does, which is several Comic-Cons all around.
And
This
they
is
do all of
and
them.
this is the real one, and not just once a year.
Yeah. Now, an industry analyst, a guy who specializes in entertainment law, says this will have implications for the entire industry.
Yes, it will.
He says everybody else in the business is going to be governed by this ruling when it comes down. Officials from Salt Lake Comic-Con and San Diego Comic-Con would not comment on the lawsuit. And it's just about a name. It doesn't mean that there won't be a Comic-Con here or anything like
No,
that.
it just if they lose, we'll just have to call it something else. But
So net neutrality.
Oh, boy.
What do you need to know about? Do people know what it is?
I think people are confused.
When you go right now, the FCC, and I think it's been for like the past 5 years, they have said we must maintain what's called net neutrality. When you go online, you have certain expectations. You expect to be connected to whatever website you want. You expect that your cable or phone company isn't messing with the data, and they're connecting you to all websites, applications, and content you choose, and you expect to be in control of your own internet experience, and you expect the connections to be reasonably fast. When you use the internet, you expect net neutrality. That's what we have now. Well, the the Trump administration and the FCC under the Trump administration is saying we want to do away with net neutrality. So what would happen? The internet without net neutrality isn't really the internet anymore. Unlike the open internet that has paved the way for a lot of innovation, and it would be a closed-down network where cable and phone companies call the shots, and they will tell you, they will say, well, we're not going to give you access to that content. Or if you want that content, we're going to charge you more. And if you don't pay more, we'll slow down the internet speed you have. So it would have enormous impact. Companies like AT&T, Comcast, Verizon would all be able to decide who is heard and who isn't heard.
It's scary.
They can block websites. They can block content they don't like. They can get rid of applications that compete with their own offerings. And have you noticed that all of these companies are now offering their own applications, just like a Google Play Store or the Apple Store? That all of these companies. Download Verizon now. Why don't you use our application?
But if you,
I don't want to use your application.
If you use the internet for your news, which most of us do, this will affect the news that you're able. When my husband was just in Egypt, he said it was really creepy because the government gets involved there. You can't just look up any website you want.
No.
He said, I did not have access to American news. I had no idea, or the American news I did have was what the government wanted me to see.
Exactly.
I didn't have access to the things. That's creepy.
Now, the argument on the other side is, oh, come on. If they start doing this, consumers will just go elsewhere. There are not many other places. There's no place to go.
There's no place. You've got a choice of like 3 or 4 major corporations that provide it.
And for years, Comcast has been, for instance, saying, "Oh no, we would not violate principles of net neutrality, regardless of whether the government imposes net neutrality rules."
That's easy to say.
The other day they kind of hinted, well, we might, we won't discriminate against lawful content.
I think
we won't impose anti-competitive paid prioritization.
It should be treated like a utility anymore.
Now, who wants this? Not the American people.
No.
Nobody's clamoring for no American people.
No guy on the street is saying, you know what we need?
Yeah.
It's these big companies that have been lobbying the FCC to do it.
Absolutely.
And unless you let the FCC know, they're going to go through with it.
There were a million comments to the FCC that said we want net neutrality to go away. It was determined that most of those were false. They were fake. They were sent out by bots. CBS plans to end Wisdom of the Crowd. Wisdom of the Crowd. Their show, their big pop. It's a Jeremy Piven show. I don't.
I've never heard of it.
But they're getting rid of it because now 5 women say that Jeremy Piven has been inappropriate sexually with us. He has, I believe, denied all of those allegations, but he did acknowledge, yes, they're getting rid of my show on CBS.
I can't deny that.
All right. Weather, traffic?
Yeah, it's not like yesterday. Much cooler. Only going to get up to 46 for a high today, but we'll be sunny, and we're done with all the rain today. Traffic, let's see. There were a bunch of people saying that... Let's see. There's some sort of incident northbound I-15 around the 215 interchange causing backups to 45th South. Thank you for sending that in. Crash westbound SR 209. This is 90th South near 22nd West. And looks like that's the major incident so far this morning. Brought to you by, brought to you by The Ruin and Sugar House, a modern bar open daily from noon to 2 a.m. featuring new food items, DJs, and live music located on Wilmington Avenue. Ruin, work is the curse of the drinking class.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. I've said that we wouldn't have Donald Trump as a boner because it would just,
he would
we'd
win.
have to do it every day.
We could do one every day.
Well, yeah, and I don't know if he'd win every time, but we could do one in both rounds every day. So, but this one was just too much.
I've got the audio if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
President Trump's use of the word Pocahontas to take a jab at Senator Elizabeth Warren. It was during a ceremony to honor Native American veterans, code talkers. These are old Navajo men who, during World War II, they were obviously much younger, and they were among many Navajo tribe members. Some bright guy decided, the Germans keep intercepting all of our messages and decoding them. They figure out every trick we use to code the messages. Somebody said, you know what? If we did them in Navajo, they wouldn't be able to decode them. And that's what they did, and it was brilliant. It worked. So they did all of their secret transmissions. So these old guys were at the White House for us. There were just 2 of them, and they're just sweet old men.
There's 3. There were 2 standing and 1 guy in a wheelchair, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Hero vets.
That's what everybody says when I'm in a wheelchair. But so Donald Trump, here's how he honored these men.
You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas.
Yeah. Oh, there was one. He said one other thing right after that.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I like you.
But you know what? I like you.
It makes me sick to my stomach.
Okay,
like
now,
physically.
Let me just. For those of you who say, well, Elizabeth Warren did a phony thing using Native American to get ahead. None of that is true. And they keep spreading that lie. I did some research. Elizabeth Warren, as many people have said, there's a family story that we have Native American blood. That, they're somewhere way back there. And how many people have you met that have said that?
I was told that.
Yeah. So it's a
family story.
It's a family story. And she has said that. And she mentioned it somewhere on an application. Well, I've been told that we have, I forget what tribe. Cherokee blood. She never used it to further an application, and the fake news people keep saying, oh, she used that to get into Harvard, she used that to get grant money. Never happened.
Nope.
Harvard, to make Harvard look good and say that they had diversity, They put it on some of their information about her when she was there. Harvard did it. And she went, what? No, don't put that. Don't put I'm a Native American of Native American ancestry. But Harvard did it to make themselves look good. That's what happened.
But still, even if she did lie about it,
yeah,
even if all of that is true, my favorite thing I read about this is, how dare you be offended by NFL players taking a knee, saying it's offensive to veterans, and not be offended with veterans standing right there, and you say something racist right to their face.
Underneath a portrait of Andrew Jackson.
Yeah. How
well, Andrew Jackson, lest we remind you, the Trail of Tears.
Yeah.
He was responsible for more Native American.
He was called the Indian Killer.
Yeah.
You know.
And here's Eric Trump's tweet on it this morning.
Oh, boy.
The irony of an ABC reporter whose parent company Disney has profited nearly $500 million on the movie Pocahontas, inferring that the name is offensive, is truly staggering to me.
Well, the way that your dad's using it is dummy. Eric's the dumb one.
All right. Boner candidate number 3. He never misses an opportunity to be an ass.
Oh, boy.
Just sick.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Yeah, it's a skull. What's the big deal? It's a man refusing to explain why he had a human skull in the trunk of his car when he was pulled over. Boner candidate number 2. Hey, I didn't use a real gun. It's a man charged for punishing a boy by shooting him with an airsoft gun. And boner candidate number 3. He never misses an opportunity to be an ass.
All right, let's go. It's round 1. Time for you to vote. Which of these 3 candidates is the worst? Which one of these 3 deserves to go to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day? All right, 1, 2, or 3. Candidate number you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. And text that to 33986, just like these people are. You can go to 877-602-9696. Use your phone, call, and voice your vote. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 1, November 28, and vote there. Okay? You've got less than 300 seconds to decide who the winner of Round 1 is. Let's go.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding at the conclusion of Radio from Hell on X96.
My question is, and this is for you parents, is I didn't know that they still did these.
Oh, yeah.
The daddy-daughter dance, and there's a mommy-son dance.
Yeah.
I didn't know they still did these.
Yeah.
These seem
No, they're sweet.
creepy.
No, they're sweet. They're really
No,
I
it's
don't know.
just-
You're not watching Bates Motel with me.
That's your problem. You're skewed with the Bates family.
Well, they're just
Because Carrie, that's all that is
Tell
a
me,
dance.
well, tell me what they what is it?
It's
Tell
just
me.
meant to be. It's meant to be an evening where father and daughter, who may not necessarily interact all the time, because the dad's at work and it's the mom who takes care of things, and so it's just so they just go to the dance, and there's punch and cookies.
It's cute.
And-
You get dressed up, and it's a nice.
Why do you think
evening
it's
out.
creepy?
You don't think it sends a weird message?
No.
No.
Because you do the exact same activity with a boy. You know, the boy you're dating. It's the exact same activity, the prom, right?
Well, except it's
or the
except
harvest
there's
dance.
Except
or
there's a
whatever.
different intent.
And this is no different than
No, there's a different intent. If you're taking a girl to the prom, you'll want to after the prom get with her in the back seat of the car,
Oh.
and in the daddy-daughter dance, that never would even occur to you.
Well,
I mean, really?
No, Carrie. Okay, do you think this is cute?
All right.
When dads that have little girls, and the little girl wants to have a little tea party, and she invites daddy to the tea party, and they say
I'm not
Well,
getting laid
kids-
at the end of a tea party.
Kids shouldn't be.
Well, it doesn't have to go there. It's
Well,
just
but that's what the dance is all
see,
about.
That's what's in Carrie's mind.
See, anytime I went to a high school dance, my goal at the end was to at least make out.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, Carrie, I went to lots of dances. where that never happened.
Gina, that's
a bad example.
Gina, that's you. You're a bad
I
example.
just went to dances where it was just about the dance, and we went out to dinner, and that was the end of it.
No, Gina, the guy you were with, that was not what it was all
Not
about.
all guys think
Yes.
that way. Any
Yes,
dance
they do.
ever. That's
Ye-
the
yes.
purpose of
Yes.
going to a dance.
Yes.
No.
Okay, you see my point about the daddy-daughter.
No, because daddy's it's a daddy. It's not. It's the kid's dad, not
okay,
a
well,
date.
The real reason we should stop doing the daddy-daughter and the mommy-son
Yeah.
is because this is the age of Disney. At least one of the parents are dead or divorced or something.
One of the boner voting is brought to you by,
in part
by lentil soup.
And it's only Tuesday, but you can still enjoy it at Gracie's with Geeks Who Drink Trivia this evening and every Tuesday at 6:30, followed by live music at 9. Like Gracie's on Facebook for updates, adults only.
Well, we had boner candidate number 1. Yeah, it's a skull. What's the big deal? Guy pulled over, skull in his trunk. Didn't feel like explaining to the cops why this fresh, recently unearthed skull was in his trunk. Boner candidate number 2 had him use a real gun. It's a man accused of disciplining a 4-year-old boy using an airsoft gun. And boner candidate number 3, he never misses an opportunity to be an ass. Donald Trump using the word Pocahontas at an event with Navajo code talkers, veterans there in front of him. Somebody said one of the, I guess it was one of the code talker guys, one of the Navajo guys, gave a great speech. And that was right before Donald Trump then did that.
Yeah.
And then we should mention, honorable mention to Sarah Huckabee Sanders,
yeah,
who then tried to defend Donald Trump's remarks about making the slur, using the word Pocahontas, she tried to defend it by saying, well, I think Americans find it offensive that Senator Warren lied about her heritage to advance her career. That's what's offensive.
No.
No, it's not.
And even if she did, that's not the time to do that.
Yeah. So, the winner of the Boner T-shirt was La Donna, and the winner of the Boner voting overwhelmingly, Boner candidate number 3, he never misses an opportunity to be an ass.
All right. There you go. That's the winner of round 1. It now goes forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight. It might possibly be Boner of the Day. It'll go up against the winner of Boner voting in round 2. Round 2 happens at 8:20. Boner Fight at 9:20.
By the way, our discussion about net neutrality in the news.
Yes.
If you want to contact the FCC and tell them that you want to keep the current rules for net neutrality, you would oppose any change to that, you can email them at openinternet. So it's openinternet@fcc.gov. openinternet@fcc.gov, and I'll tweet that. Actually, we should probably do it on the Radio from Hell Twitter. Yep. And there's a toll-free phone number as well. Pretty easy to remember. And I think they are required by law to take, if you call them and tell them, they're required by law to make a note of your
wishes.
Your wishes. So the phone number is 1-888-CALL-FCC. Simple. 1-888-CALL-FCC.
All right. So let's see now. Tomorrow we're on location.
It's our Road to the Road home. We start it tomorrow. And Carrie brought this up off the air, and I think we really need to talk about this more than once.
Yeah.
I was asked yesterday by just a listener who said, now, are you going to be doing your road home fundraisers? How can you do that if it's closed?
Not closed.
Not closed. Yeah. And more importantly, the road home is not a building.
Yeah.
The road home is a foundation, a homeless foundation. So whatever happens with this building, that donations are still going to be needed to help whatever the next entity is.
Yeah.
So there's still plenty of need, and we had Alicia from was Alicia, right?
Yeah, Alicia from the road home yesterday, who talked about all the things that they need, and it's the things that you would think, right? Blankets, coats, hats, gloves. Maybe things that you don't think of, things like brand new socks, brand new underwear.
Hygiene items.
Things for babies.
Things for job interviews or jobs.
Like old suits that you don't wear.
Elders.
Yeah. Your old missionary suits. Give them to
you
the
got
road
fat.
home.
You're never going to get back into it. Quit lying to yourself. Bring those down.
We're going to be there at Riverton Chevy tomorrow. That's the first of the Road to the Road home. I'm really worried.
I am too, because I think that there's a pervasive attitude, like Carrie said. People think, oh, well, they closed or they're closing, why should I donate money to...
It's been all over the news this year, and I think that's what... I've ran into it twice now this week.
And also, the weather is good.
And the weather is good. That's another point.
So I'm worried that... So please prove me wrong.
It's true, though. In all the years that we've been doing fundraisers for the road home, for the homeless shelter... we get really good donations when it's snowy and cold, and here we are, and we saw the same thing with the food bank last week. The weather's been warm, and it's just not
top of mind.
For some reason, mentally, it's not sending a message to you to give.
So the reason we do the Road to the Road home is we go out to different Chevy locations, so you don't have to bring items actually down to the road home building. They'll collect them at all the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers, and we're going to be broadcasting at various locations, but all of the locations are accepting donations.
Yeah, there are 13 of them along the Wasatch Front, from all the way up in Ogden to all the way down in Spanish Fork.
Tomorrow we're at Riverton Chevrolet. We'd love to see you there. That's at 111 South Jordan Gateway,
which is the west side of I-15. People think of some car places on the east side. We are on the west side of I-15.
So just take that. It's just that exit right there. The 100 is that what you say? 111th.
Yeah, 111th South. So you take the 106th, and then you go down to Jordan Gateway, hang a left, and then come down to us.
Now again, we'd like to see you there between 6 and 10, but that's why the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers have stepped up to make it convenient for your schedule and where you live to take your donations to them, and they'll get them to us.
But in years like last year, we were just overwhelmed with stuff, and it was great. And I'd like to see that happen again this year. But I'm worried. See, even if when they close that, they will close that main shelter eventually. But the road home will stay. They'll still be operating all of these satellite shelters, and
the need is still there.
Yeah. So it's
they're not going to throw out the things that you donate. They need them, and they will make use of whatever you bring down all of the time.
And if you can't make it down or donate items, if you go to x96.com, there's the rotating banner at the top. You click on the homeless this holiday season banner, and you can just donate money right there.
Right now.
Money's always good.
Well, today is what? Giving? What is it?
Giving Tuesday.
Giving Tuesday. So there's a good thing you can do today right now.
All right. So we'll see you there tomorrow. The Rocky Mountain, it's the Riverton Chevrolet in South Jordan.
Let's see what we have traffic-wise for you. Crash westbound SR 209, 90 south near 2200 west. Friend of the program said that seems to be clearing up. And UDOT not reporting much else. Crash northbound I-15 at 110th south. That's the only one I'm seeing here. It's brought to you by this holiday season. Dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District featuring Mediterranean, Small Plates and Wine Bar, Laziz Kitchen, Middle Eastern Food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Water Witch Cocktails, Jade Market Grocers, just a few steps from the 9th South Track Station.
You know, if you're in an accident out there, God forbid, you might need a car repair, and that's where Everest Collision Repair comes in.
Yes.
So they have a website, everestcollisionrepair.com. There are 4 locations: Salt Lake, Sandy, Tooele, and Ogden. But they'd like to have more locations. So if you're if you have a body shop,
maybe you're ready to get out of it,
retire, maybe.
So Sean Hogan and Jamie Cox, they'd like to talk to you about buying your body shop because they want to expand. We trust Sean and Jamie to take care of our cars when they get dents and dings and scratches, and you should trust them too. They're looking to expand into local markets, so if you own a body shop, want to sell it, give Sean a call, or if you have body shop experience, also, you can get a job. Email Sean Hogan at everestsean@gmail.com. So that's confusing the way it's written.
Yeah.
You can contact Sean Hogan by using this email address, everestsean@gmail.com.
Sean is SEAN.
Yeah, or download the Everest Collision app for more information.
That's the best way right there. KXRK Provo. 8:04 right now. I was that guy.
You were? You've been saying that for the last couple of days,
Yep.
and I think I know what that means, but I hope it doesn't.
I was that guy at Thanksgiving.
You were?
I said going in I wasn't going to be that guy.
Oh no, you're not going to be invited back, are you?
Well, I think I will.
Well, who were you that guy to?
Well, explain your Thanksgiving holiday.
Okay.
Where you went.
I'm going to leave names out of it, but I went down to my brother-in-law's house. And so his wife has family in the California area, and they all came.
Uh-huh.
So it was members on his wife's family side. I said going in, I wasn't going to get in any discussions of any deep, pertinent, important subjects.
Yeah.
Just I said I'm just going to let
religion,
it.
politics.
Exactly.
Avoid
all the big ones.
The cost of bananas, how that's changed.
All the big
Bill,
ones.
you weren't supposed to bring that up.
Well,
Bananas are a very sensitive subject to some people.
I know. Kidnapping, you didn't want to get into that.
But yeah, I just said I'm going to let it just slide. I'm just not going to let it happen. Besides, I'm a guest here.
So did you bring it up?
I did not.
Okay.
Someone brought it up, and I couldn't let it go.
Now what is it?
What did they bring up?
Taking a knee.
Oh.
Because we're the football game is on. I was going to say we're watching football. No, I was not watching football. I was in the room while the football was on.
Mm-hmm.
And the gentleman who started the conversation, clearly a large football fan, very much into it, citing stats and this team, that team, all that. And I was in my head making jokes about, yes, it's the Detroit corporate logos versus the, just doing
But
it all
in your head, yeah.
doing it all in my head, just in my head. And then someone asked him, why are some of the players not standing for the national anthem?
Somebody asked him.
Asked him.
Somebody asked him, not you.
Me, not me. I know why they're not standing. And he said, well, why is that happening? And he says, well, they claim it's about racial equality, but they should be standing. They should be standing.
Mm-hmm.
They're on, the NFL's dime at that point. They should be standing, and I just couldn't. I couldn't let it go.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
You would have a hard time, Bill.
Nope.
No?
Absolutely not.
And
I just would have gone. I wouldn't have said anything.
I couldn't let it go. And so I said, well, I don't think that there's ever been a convenient time for people to ask for basic human rights.
How'd that go over?
Didn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
Did your wife say, why'd you have to do that?
She was behind me.
I hope she just went,
She was
in
the kitchen behind me preparing things. And so this guy, he turns around because he's on the couch, and I'm behind the couch. He says, these guys are millionaires. It's part of their job. I said, really, it's not part of their job. They didn't, they used to do the national anthem, and then the players would come out.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you could say it's not part of their job.
It has changed recently.
It has changed, and it was just recently.
Well, they didn't. There was a time when they didn't do the national anthem at all, I think, right?
I said, so you could say it's not part of their job. Listen. If I owned a restaurant and my employee came to work wearing a shirt that said, eat at another restaurant,
it's not the same
I could
thing.
tell him to take that off and not do that.
Yes.
To which I said, well, that's a false equivalency.
Yeah.
You're talking about uniforms at work, and dress codes. That's a completely different thing. I'm talking about something a little bigger. It's the First Amendment and freedom of speech. Well, they keep doing this. The ratings are down for the NFL. I said, well, now you've got an interesting case. You'd have to prove in court that it was, in fact, the taking a knee that proves that the NFL ratings are down, and I don't think you could do that.
It could be that there's just too much football.
I said it could be that maybe the popular teams are sucking this year. It could be that there's too many distractions. It could be that the kids aren't into football anymore. I think they're into soccer these days, aren't they? Soccer's not popular. So, well, tell that to my boss. He just bought a third soccer team. I don't, I said you're really going to have a hard time. If the NFL could do something about it, I think they would have by now. And I went, oh wait, the NFL's not doing anything about their players beating up their wives. What do I know?
Right.
That didn't help. And it was at that point.
Now, was this before you ate or after?
Before we ate.
Okay.
Oh, you've ruined dinner.
And so at that point, I got a bah from him. And that's when Sue grabbed my belt and said, walk this way.
Let it go.
Come on, just let it go.
Let it go.
And I felt bad. I felt bad because Drew kind of gave me the stink eye, like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt bad, and I just kind of slunked out of the room, and I went to the next room and just hung out there for a moment. 5 minutes later, his kid comes in.
Mm-hmm.
He's 20-something years old.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, thank you for doing that.
I've been having this argument.
I've been trying to have that conversation with him, and he's just not listening. So thank you so much. It meant a lot coming from someone who was, older and because he just won't listen to us kids. Thank you so much for that.
So now you feel better.
Then I didn't feel bad anymore. Okay. I didn't feel bad anymore. I was thanked by his kid.
It's hard.
Yeah. I think somebody should have stopped you before you.
Yeah.
If Sue had been closer, she would have stopped.
Yeah, she would have stopped me sooner.
But,
luckily, my entire family on both sides were all pretty much on the same page with everything. So that.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a nice thing to be able to go to holiday things and not worry about that.
There are certain topics that when I go, for instance, when I go to Christmas Day dinner or buffet at my brother's house, we won't talk about that stuff.
So what do you talk about?
There's plenty to talk about. As a matter of fact, I enjoy not talking about Donald Trump and kneeling football players. And
like I said,
we just don't talk about it.
I was prepared to do it, but something just clicked when he. I think it was because he was talking to his kids. I think that's what set me off.
Carrie, it should make you feel better that even though he was talking to his kids have the right idea about things, no matter what he's saying.
Well, and I said to his kid, I said, it's this older generation. They're gonna, it's up to you guys to fix things that have been screwed up by this generation and mine.
There's one thing I think you probably could have said to him. I wonder what this impact would have made. You could say, the owners, if they wanted to, could just fire those players that are kneeling.
They could.
Just get rid of them. Say, that's it, you're out. But they don't do that, do they?
They'd have a hell of a lawsuit on their hands.
And the players' union would be all over them. Yeah. But they could do it. Yeah, they could
have
do
the
it.
authority to.
Yeah.
But anyway,
but dinner was good.
Dinner was terrific.
Now I'm
Delicious.
curious. Did you talk to him any more about other things after that?
We didn't speak.
No.
Until he was leaving, and then it was a very friendly and cordial.
Good. I would have considered even saying, "I'm sorry we got into it."
I should have, but I didn't.
Not I'm sorry for what I said.
Yeah.
But because you weren't. But,
I'm not.
but I'm sorry we got into it. I shouldn't have let that happen.
Yeah. But
I'm sure you're not the only one that had that happen on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but that's like one of the first time that's happened to me, and so it was strange. But
on Thanksgiving, I was just talking to some guy about Burning Man the whole night. So.
You were in agreement about Burning Man?
Well, he's really into it, so he was telling me all about it. And
let's see, traffic. A bunch of people are telling me about a dead stop between 5600 South and Roy and 650 Clearfield, the southbound I-15 area. Very bad blockage. Highway 89 around Fruit Heights, people are saying. Thank you for sending those in. They did that by texting it to us, 33986. Accessorize your home at Booze Teak. Cocktail shakers, jiggers, bitters, and gifts. 315 East Broadway, 11 to 7 Monday through Saturday. Liquor store doesn't have accessories, but Booze Teak does. Yay. Online at boozeteakslc.com.
All right, bonus round 2. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1, at last, success, or not. Boner candidate number 2, fearless leader told us to mow grass, so we mow grass. And boner candidate number 3, a teacher needs a pick-me-up.
There you go. Now my wife is reminding me, says, oh, you guys talked after that and before he left. You really must have enjoyed those Campari spritzers. You guys had multiple conversations about stupid stuff. Well, yeah, I was a little drunk, yes, I'll admit.
So that's maybe part of why you were that guy.
Drew was experimenting.
Listen, if you get into a fender bender or an accident or you're hurt here this holiday season, we would muchly? We would very much like to, we would very much like to tell you to call the advocates.
They will advocate for you with the insurance companies to get your medical bills taken care of the way they're supposed to.
If you've ever dealt with the insurance company about anything, you know how complicated they make things. They do that on purpose.
Now, the advocates are accessible. You can talk to a lawyer anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is a live chat feature on their website, utahadvocates.com, and they'll come to you anywhere, anytime if they take your case. And if they take your case, they won't charge you any money unless they get you a settlement.
So they'll come to your house, your hospital,
they're very helpful.
Your work.
They'll help you defer medical expenses. They'll help you get rental cars, whatever you need. So if you're hurt in an accident, call the advocates, 801-355-5550 or utahadvocates.com.
Hi there, it's Kerry Jackson. Geek Show is me and all my best friends sitting in my basement studio, drinking, laughing, and talking about the stuff we love. Sci-fi, movies, TV shows, comic books, toys, games, and more. Get a new Not Safe for Work episode every Monday morning.
GeekShowPodcast.com.
Line. Spell it with me now. L-I-N-E. And we'll use it now in some dialogue featuring our good friends LeVar and LeGrand. Imagine, if you will, the boys have gotten together for lunch at the High Spot Cafe. The word again is line.
Well, this is good postum here to the High Spot, LeVar.
Look, the words good and postum never go together, LeGrand. Now, the coffee here is mighty fine, but don't tell me there's any difference in any postum you get anywhere. It's all horse pee.
Well, I like it. And that actor guy sure must have gotten rich off on us Utahns when he invented this caffeine-free beverage. Yeah, that Tom Postum has always been funny on the Newhart shows, and he's made a great all-weather beverage, too.
Whoa. Whoa. Now this song sure brings back the memories. I didn't know they had Madonna music on the jukebox here.
Well, why does it bring back memories for you, LeVar? You remember what you was doing the first time you heard the song?
Heard it? Hell, I helped Madonna write it.
Uh-huh. And I had tea with the Queen of England the other day.
I ain't lying, LeGrand. Me and Madonna had kind of a thing for a couple of months back in '87. I guess you could say Madonna was my girlfriend.
Do tell.
If I'm lying, I'm dying, LeGrand. Yep. Miss Chacon and me, that's a real name, you know, was sitting in the breakfast nook one morning after a night of truth or dare, if you know what I mean. So anyway, the phone rings. Madonna answers it and says, "Hey, LeVar, honey, the phone's for you." I said, "Who's that girl?" And the rest is history.
You're lying, LeVar. You're lying through your tobacco-stained teeth.
If I'm lying, then what do you call this?
Yep. It's a picture of you and Madonna sitting in a breakfast nook.
Yep.
Why, looky there. You got matching pajamas with little horses on them.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying at all. That's really her.
Yep. She'll always be my material girl.
Well, what happened? Why did you break up?
I dumped her.
Well, why in the heck did you do that?
Well, did I ever tell you about me and Tori Spelling?
Oh, and on Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
All right, 8:22 right now. And let's see, that FCC address that we gave.
Not the right address.
Is no longer operational. They're tricky.
Dylan?
Yeah. Try that John Oliver website, Dylan. GoFCCyourself.com. See if that's still operational, because he was talking about net neutrality last time it came up and about how important it is. And that may still be operational. Try that one. 8:22 right now. Time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You'll decide with your vote which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which of these 3 candidates deserves to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. It'll go up against the winner of round 1 that happened last hour. Boner Fight happens at 9:25. So 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the news. And once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky boner voters will receive a a nice warm.
Do you know, it's doing the right thing. You shouldn't expect a reward for that.
Well, it'd be nice, but
it's doing that's good to vote and be part of the process. And
so you'll get a nice warm feeling. A random voter will get a nice warm feeling for voting. All right, here's boner candidate number 1. At last, success or not. A Florida man chose the wrong vehicle to try to break into. Surveillance video appeared to capture 49-year-old Stephen Titlin going from car to car along a residential block in Tampa. 7 times he was stymied. The car doors were locked. But then, the next day, Mr. Titland, who was already on felony probation for burglary and criminal mischief, had more success. At last, an unlocked car door.
I knew if I were persistent, that would have happened.
And he opened it. And it was full of cops.
Inside the car?
Yes. It was an unmarked Pasco Sheriff's Office vehicle and was occupied by several members of the Sheriff's Office, their Strategic Targeted Area Response Team. Analysts positively identified Mr. Titland as the same man from the attempted burglaries of the night before. They had him on tape. He was charged with attempted theft. Boner candidate number 1. At last, success or not. Boner candidate number 2. Fearless leader told us to mow grass, so we mow grass. There's video of this.
Oh? Will we see it if we go to x96.com/live?
I don't know. Municipal employees in a Russian city caused confusion on social media when they were filmed using weed whackers to mow the grass that was covered in snow.
There they are.
Why would you do that?
Fearless leader told us. The video, which was recorded on Friday, shows the city workers in Krasnoyarsk, using string trimmers in an apparently unfruitful attempt to cut the snow-covered grass next to the road. Commenters joked that the workers were actually just trying to even out the snow rather than trim the plants beneath it. The mayor's office told local media, and we call Mayor Fearless Leader, that he sent the workers out after requests from the public about trimming overgrown vegetation on the roadside.
Oh, yeah.
But officials did not confirm whether the requests were made maybe earlier in the year before the snow fell.
That's what I'm thinking.
Doesn't matter.
Fearless leader told us to mow grass, so we mow. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Hey, a teacher needs a pick-me-up.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this here, Big Boy News and Opinnuendo, brought to you by
Haster Games has the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, located at 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
Well, shocking news. I'm sorry to report that Brett Ratner's barber will not cut his hair anymore. It's horrible.
This is a story.
It's gonna be shaggy, and so Brett Ratner has been accused by multiple women in 2 LA Times reports of sexual harassment or misconduct. Ratner has denied those allegations. He's a director.
Yeah. Every picture I've ever seen of him, that's like,
he's scruffy.
Dollar cuts or whatever it is.
There he is.
See?
X96.com/live. Well, his barber says, that's it.
If he's getting that from a special barber, he's getting ripped off.
That's it. I'm not cutting his hair anymore. A woman with ties to a right-wing activist group falsely claimed to the Washington Post that she had conceived a child with Roy Moore, the Republican candidate in Alabama, when she was 15. The newspaper reported on Monday afternoon. The woman, identified by the paper as Jamie Phillips, claimed in recent interviews with reporters that she had an abortion after having had sex with Mr. Moore back in 1992. So this was to make him look really bad. But the Washington Post said, wait a minute. They discovered inconsistencies in her account and evidence that the woman had made up the sensational story to dupe reporters and coax them into discussing the political impact that her story would have on Mr. Moore. A reporter with the Post confronted the woman about the holes in her story on Wednesday, and then Post journalists saw her on Monday morning entering the offices of Project Veritas.
Explain to people what that is.
A conservative group that films undercover videos. The organization, they're the ones who did the highly edited baby part selling tape. I think.
Are they the same
I
group?
think it is Planned Parenthood.
Oh, yeah.
Project Veritas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go out of their way to try to discredit news sources.
Yeah. So
to fit their narrative.
The organization is led by activist James O'Keefe.
Yep.
And has recently targeted journalists trying to goad them into revealing biases or unethical schemes to discredit the news media.
Because the minute that they can say, look, the Washington Post, we tricked them. You can't trust them.
That means you can't believe anything
That means
they
you
say.
can't believe anything that they say.
The intent by Project Veritas clearly was to publicize the conversation if we fell for the trap, said Martin Barron, executive editor at the Post. Because of our customary journalistic rigor, we were not fooled. A reporter tried to ask Mr. O'Keefe about this, and he said, I'm not doing any interviews right now. I'm not going to say a word. So that was it. All right.
It's done the exact opposite. It's shown how well these agencies do at reporting and verifying and.
Well, that's what you say, Gina.
I'm
still sick of fake news. I'm still sick of it. I hope you're super lucky because you should have been dead, or I hope you know you're super lucky because you should have been dead or paraplegic, Brooke Baker said that doctors told her. They say she's lucky to be alive after a freak accident at a bounce house in West Jordan. All my weight went down headfirst onto my neck. Having 4 screws drilled into her skull, Baker underwent several surgeries, endured excruciating pain, and she's starting a long road to recovery. But despite all of that, she said, I felt I was blessed. She is able to, they said, you will never walk.
Mm-hmm.
She's walking. She's making a lot of progress that she was not supposed to make. I only bring up this story because I think everyone should stay away from bounce houses. Just stay away from them.
As a general rule.
Yeah, as a general rule. U.S. Marshals have arrested a former Utah Department of Corrections officer for forcible sexual abuse. Authorities say 41-year-old William Lawrence he's been on the run since 2006, and he was spotted at a McDonald's in Kauai, Hawaii, and he was arrested. Officials say that Lawrence used his badge to coerce a young girl into performing sex acts and against her will. And when he was charged with that crime, he took off. He's been managing to elude authorities for all this time, from 2006, but they got him. And now, amidst allegations of groping and even other more serious things at massage envy businesses throughout the country, information regarding a former employee from Utah has emerged. Kevin James Rand is being charged with 4 counts of sexual battery as well as forcible sexual abuse, according to court documents released by District Attorney for Salt Lake County, Sim Gill. Mr. Rand inappropriately touched a client at Massage Envy sometime between May 1st and May 31st of 2016, last year. The document stated that Rand had exposed the client's buttocks multiple times while giving her a massage, touched her in places he shouldn't have been touching her, and so forth. Charges show that Rand allegedly continued to abuse victims as a masseur while working at New Day Spa in Salt Lake. There were other complaints about him. Mr. Rand told the client at New Day Spa that he just acted creepily in a lot of
he needs to
situations.
keep his hands to himself from now on.
He has been released on $100,000 bail. He pled not guilty to the charges on November 17th. Let's see. Now, the families of the Navajo code talkers that Donald Trump, our president, he is our president after all. My wife hates it when I say President Trump. She said, if you have to just say Trump.
Yep.
The families of Navajo war veterans who were honored yesterday or Monday at the White House say that they were dumbfounded that President Trump used the event to take a political jab at Elizabeth Warren, demeaning their work with an unbreakable code that helped the U.S. win World War II. Trump turned to a nickname for Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas. It was uncalled for, said Marty Thompson, whose great uncle was a Navajo code talker. He can say what he wants when he's out doing his presidential business among his people, but when it comes to honoring veterans or any kind of people, he needs to grow up and quit saying things like that.
He won't.
No.
Yeah, there's not going to be a pivot. I'm sorry.
No, he will
Because this isn't the first time, and it won't be the last.
Oh, by the way, Donald Trump also has made comments about the infamous tape, the Access Hollywood tape. Where he and Billy Bush were recorded saying,
It's locker room talk.
Yeah, I walk up and I grab women.
Right.
You can grab them.
When you're famous, you can do it.
You can grab them right there, you know, by the...
I just start kissing them.
By the party.
I better get some Tic Tacs.
Yeah. Well, he's now said he doesn't believe that the tape is real.
Yeah. He admitted to it already.
Well, now
Does
he's saying...
Does he not think that people save things that he says?
Now he's saying... He reportedly told a senator and an advisor earlier this year that he believes that the tape, which was recorded in 2005 and came to light just before the 2016 election, might not be authentic. Trump acknowledged that it was him on the tape after it was released last year, as Gina was saying, and apologized for it in a way by saying, oh, no, I'm sorry, but it was just locker room talk.
That's how he admitted it was him.
Well, excuse me. Access Hollywood says, no.
It's absolutely him.
The tape is very, very real. We have it. If you would like to hear it again, we have it.
Well, it's on the internet. It's everywhere. So
he says that there was nobody doctoring the tape, as Donald Trump is now trying to say.
No, but all he has to do is put things out there.
Yeah.
Him just saying that, people will take that and go, see, I told you that wasn't...
The Trumpkins will take that, and they'll go, yes, excellent. It's not real.
Let's. I guess we better wrap it up here. Traffic and weather, or weather and traffic,
or sports weather traffic.
Laura Harvey named the new head coach of Utah's new pro women's soccer team.
She did?
She yeah.
Oh, she is.
She is. And people who know about such things seem very excited that we were able to get her because she's very good.
No, it's because she's British.
And British means good at soccer. And they're going to announce the name of the team this afternoon, as well as how you can get season tickets. A lot of people have been curious about that. So noon today, there will be an announcement about that. Weather, much cooler today than it was yesterday, but we're not going to have any of the rain. 46 and partly sunny for a high. Let's see, we've got debris in the road. Blue bikini top in good condition in the median of I-15 next to the Golden Corral in Layton.
Well, that means that there's some poor soul out there without a covering for her top.
Well, Cement Dave is on the scene.
Let's see. We also have a crash. SR 266. This is milepost 3 at 440 West. Eastbound to northbound I-15 left lane is closed there. Crash northbound I-15 at milepost 289. This is Bangor Highway, the on-ramp there. Crash northbound US 89 at 123rd South in Draper, left lane blocked there. Crash northbound I-15 at 110th South in Salt Lake. So those are the issues you're dealing with this morning. Brought to you by Haster Games. They have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. Great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it. 6831 South State, online at hastergames.com.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. The teacher needs a pick-me-up. A teacher is facing charges after a student shot footage of her, the teacher, doing cocaine in the classroom.
Whoops.
Police in St. John, Indiana, escorted 24-year-old Samantha Cox out of her classroom at Salt Lake Central High School on Wednesday, about an hour after junior Will Rogers, filmed her through a window on a locked classroom door. Young Mr. Rogers said he was shocked. She's in the corner hiding with a chair and a book and what appeared to be cocaine, putting it in lines on the book, he told Chicago station WGN. I actually watched the footage again and again, and I just realized, hey, that's my English teacher. She's doing cocaine. School officials saw the video, called the police. They sent a narc unit from the police, according to the TV station. Ms. Cox was arrested and taken to jail in Lake County, posted $10,000 bond a few hours later. But yeah, she and the school says, she was really popular with the students. She was a good teacher. It's a sad situation that we had to have her removed from the classroom. Boner candidate number 3. What a teacher needs a pick-me-up.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
So boner candidate number 1, at last, success or not. A Florida man trying to break into cars. He finally found an unlocked one. Unfortunately for him, that unlocked car was full of cops. Boner candidate number 2, fearless leader told us to mow grass, so we mow grass. City workers in a Russian town trying to mow the grass through snow. There's snow all over, and they're trying to weed whack the grass. And boner candidate number 3, a teacher needs a pick-me-up.
All right, here we go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide which of these 3 is the worst. Which one of these 3 deserves to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. It's easy. You just got to pick a candidate, 1, 2, or 3. Remember their number and put that number in the message of a text. And then you text that to 33986. Here they come. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Nick's in there taking votes today. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says November 28, round 2 on it. You don't see that box refresh. It'll appear, but you can vote there. All right. Less than 300 seconds to do it. Let's go. It's round 2 of your boner voting. Move it.
X96 is Utah's original alternative. With
I had a bizarre experience yesterday.
What?
So I don't order a lot of stuff from Amazon, but my gosh, it's really convenient.
I was going to say, why not?
I mean, I don't know why I don't do it more, but it's
because it hurts local businesses.
Yeah, I'd rather shop locally.
That's the reason you shouldn't.
I'd rather shop locally, but there were every once in a while there's a specialty item I can't find, or I can't find. Maybe it's some clothing I can't find the right size or whatever. So anyway, I ordered this item. It doesn't matter what it was from Amazon. It was $10, and it was free shipping because I have Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the way they track the packages, man, it's really slick. I mean, they say, okay, the package is left here, and now it's here, and now it's here, and then they say the package has been delivered to your house. It's on your front porch, and it was there at 3:15.
Yeah.
So when it said that, I went out and there was no package. And I'm looking around. I go, there's no package anywhere. But clearly it said 3:15. So I got a hold of Amazon, and they said, well, I said maybe it just got delivered. It must have just gotten delivered somewhere else. And they said, well, we'll just refund your money. And I said, well, I don't know. Should I wait a day or two? Well, you could, but we'll just refund your money and we'll give you a $5 credit for your trouble. And I said, okay, thanks. And then I thought, I'm not going to order that thing again anyway. I'll go try and find it somewhere else. So yesterday, the woman next door comes over and says, here, this was delivered to my house. Now, that Amazon has already said they're going to credit my account for $10. So she comes over and says, here, this package was delivered here accidentally. It's for you. It's the missing item. So my decision then is, do I keep it and steal $10 from Amazon? Or no, I don't. So
now you're on record.
Right. Well,
this is the radio bill?
So I say to myself, no, of course I don't. And I called them. It was such a hassle to get them to take $10 back from me. I was on the phone for a half an hour. It's like they couldn't figure out how to do it practically.
Nobody's ever called to give us money back.
I said, I just don't want to cheat you out of this $10. Well, okay.
It's like we're not used to people.
It's just $10.
Doing the right thing.
I mean, I was on hold for 20 minutes while this woman tried to figure out how to. She wasn't quite. So either she was inept or it just doesn't happen. I don't know. But what a hassle to to give them back their $10. And I hope I still get my $5 credit.
I'm sure you will.
I hope.
Allred and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, it's 8:45. Time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you
in part
by, let's see, a very, very nice loaf of bread.
You had the whole loaf?
Whole loaf.
Well, we ate a lot of it. I mean, there are 4 people there.
Whole loaf.
And the Ruin and Sugar House, a modern bar open daily from noon to 2 a.m. featuring new food items, DJs, and live music located on Wilmington Avenue. Ruin work is the curse of the drinking class.
So boner candidate number 1, at last, success or not. It's a guy trying to break into cars. He finally found one that was unlocked. Unfortunately, it was full of undercover police officers. Boner candidate number 2, fearless leader told us to mow grass, so we mow grass. City workers in a Russian town filmed trying to mow the grass through fallen snow. And boner candidate number 3, a teacher needs a pick-me-up. So a high school teacher in Indiana accused of snorting cocaine in the classroom. A student filmed it, said, hey, that's my English teacher doing cocaine.
Wait a minute.
So the winner of a very warm feeling for boner voting is you.
Aw.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Now, I read a text from somebody who said, now I voted in the same conditions yesterday, and instead of a warm feeling, I got sick.
Well, we didn't award the warm feeling to you. We have to select you for the warm feeling.
No, not Gina. Why?
No.
Anytime. Huh?
No, this person that got sick did not win the warm feeling.
No. But you know who did. If you're listening, you know who you are. You won. And the winner of the boner voting was boner candidate number 3. Teacher needs a pick-me-up.
Now, that one goes to Boner Fight. It has a 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day. Please, I'm still trying to
I'm sorry.
Trying to keep it on the up and up.
Yeah.
Boner Fight, it goes up against the winner of round 1 today. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. That's when you decide who is boner of the day.
Yeah.
We won't need to pad any votes.
I'm sorry. I didn't,
All right.
I shouldn't have said that.
Make people think that this isn't an honest
it's
endeavor.
Oh, hey, so I need a samovar.
A what?
Salad bar?
A samovar. You don't know what a samovar is, don't you?
That's what's.
Well, spell it. I don't even know what you're saying.
Let me do. I'm going to Google it again just to make sure I got it right. Samovar. It's Russian, and it's I'll read the description. A samovar, a heated metal container traditionally used to heat and boil water in and around Russia, as well as some other countries use them. There's a picture of a samovar. So there is. They're usually very large, and they're full of heated water, so that you can have tea at any time you want. You just pull the lever.
A kettle.
Well, because
make sure it's an electric kettle. They're fast.
I don't want that. I want a traditional.
Like that.
But see, I want a traditional samovar because in my book club, we're reading a Russian novel, Turgenev. And that's the author, Gina. It's not a Russian
He said that to me like I'm the only person that doesn't know what he's talking about.
Gina, I use you as a conduit to all of those people.
I'm every woman.
Exactly. So I use you as a conduit when I explain things very carefully and rather pompously.
Mm-hmm.
When I explain them to you, I know I'm explaining them to a lot of people.
I don't know. This book club has changed you.
But I think we every week at the book club, people bring refreshments. So like this week, I was in charge of bringing the wine. So I brought. We study for an hour. We talk about the novel, and then we take a break, and we drink wine and have little bits of food.
Did you bring Martinelli's?
No, I did not.
These are adults, Carrie.
I brought
adults. What are you talking about?
These are very mature people.
I brought going a different direction.
I brought Chardonnay and a
nice
and a Malbec and a sparkling rosé.
So why do you need this?
Well,
though,
I just
for a book club.
I just think it would be fun to spring it on people. Just
spring a samovar on.
Hey, look what I brought. Samovar.
Babs DeLay has a 200-year-old samovar.
Ooh, geez, I don't know, Babs. You're not offering to lend that to me, are you?
I think she is.
Because if you look at them, you can buy new ones, but the nice ones are really expensive. I memean, it's not a cheap thing.
So you want to do like a proper Russian tea for your Russian novels?
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it would be kind of fun to take it and say, "Hey, I brought a samovar. Let's heat up some water."
I got a kettle over here.
Tea.
I can heat up water.
I think they come. Yeah, they come with some kind of a mechanism that it's probably a little burner.
Well, let's see the
that you
picture.
can light.
Let's see the picture of it again, Dylan.
You can
X96.com/live.
I mean, I don't really know how they work. I've seen them
guess
before.
that they're just like a big kettle.
But I mean, they used to use them when there wasn't electricity. It says there's a ring-shaped attachment around the chimney to hold and heat a teapot filled with tea concentrate. Oh, I see.
Oh, so around the top.
Huh. Traditionally heated with coal or charcoal, newer samovars do use electricity to heat the water,
Well,
like
then
an
it's
electric
just
kettle.
like an electric. It's just a fancy electric kettle.
Yeah. But they're also prized. See, I'm looking at pictures of them. They're kind of prized for their, they got very artistic with them.
You and your artistic samovar.
So I don't know if I want to borrow a 200-year-old.
I wouldn't
samovar.
trust myself with somebody's
Yeah,
200-year-old.
But I don't know. Is there any place? I guess I could just buy one on the internet. But
yeah, but I mean,
you think there's a store here that sells samovars?
There are Russian stores here.
Yeah,
I know of two, at least.
Well, go in. Maybe they rent one.
Yeah, can I? Hey, so yes, we do samovar rental. Yes, very
I
good.
bet they do for special occasions.
I'll bet,
for parties.
Maybe
Yeah,
so.
I think you could get a catering company or something.
I'll have to ask Luba. Maybe Luba has
Luba
a
would know.
Maybe she has a samovar.
Babs says that you can borrow it. Says you can borrow it.
Does it work, Babs?
I would guess that she's not loaning you a
broken samovar,
non-operable one. Here you go. It's broken.
All right. Well, let me know where to go. I don't know where your office is these days, Babs.
And Jim is weighing in with his NPR name. I'm Sam Ovar.
It works.
I'm Sam Ovar.
I'm Sam Ovar.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they're really beautiful, and I just think it'd be kind of cool to take one to the book club.
His book club of yours, I don't know.
I know he's all book clubby now.
I know. Well, I mean, I'm happy that he's got something to look forward to. I think that's great.
Well, because he just had that one friend for so long, and now he has a whole book
he's got
club.
a bunch.
That's right, and it's I like it too because it's different than the conversation we have here.
He's saying we're dumb, Carrie.
No,
that's exactly what he's saying.
We
He has one of those hoity-toity, highfalutin conversations.
I'm not.
That's exactly
saying
what
that.
you're saying.
What I'm saying is
exactly what you're saying.
We talk about more common things here.
Common.
It's code.
We talk about everyday stuff.
He talks about samovars, and then he makes us feel dumb that we don't know what a samovar is.
That's right.
We talk about Russian. We've been talking about Russian history. We're not going to talk about that here.
What's the? How does the book choosing process go?
Because usually it's you take turns picking a book.
Because you're in a book club.
I'm in a book club.
And that's how you
do it. We don't talk about samovars.
Do you do a drawing, or do you go around
everybody
the table?
Everybody takes a turn. So every month somebody hosts book club, and whoever hosts it picks the book.
Oh, you got to read a book a month? That's homework.
Yeah, this is more. So this book club is conducted by a retired professor. Doctor from the University of Utah, a literature professor. Now, he's out of the country right now, so another professor at the U has taken over. And so generally, I think the way it happens, and I'm just new to it, you discuss with the guy who leads the group, and it's always at the same place, the same house.
I'm just wondering if...
you discuss with him, now what should we study next?
Because you've got a hell of a group there. And I'm just worried that when it comes time for you to pick the book, that A, you're going to feel a lot of pressure to pick the correct one, and B, if you don't pick the good one, they're going to make fun of you.
Yeah.
Behind your back.
No, I don't.
It's
I
like,
wouldn't.
Can you believe the radio guy picked that book?
I don't want to pick. I won't pick.
You won't pick?
No, it's a group consensus. There's no one person who.
But you know what, my book club, and Carrie, you might like this actually. It's not when you say, "Oh, it's a book a month."
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a podcast. Sometimes somebody says, "Listen to this episode of this podcast, and we'll talk about it," which is actually kind of a fun.
Now I want to ask you about your book club. How many people there do you think
know what a samovar is?
No, really read the book.
I bet half, and I bet it depends on the book. Some people, it's Like there's different kinds of there's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm hosting in January,
Mm-hmm.
and we're reading.
You need a samovar?
No,
because Babs has one.
We're reading Hillbilly Elegy.
All right.
Well,
we'll be. I think we're going to be doing Dostoevsky next.
As Jason points out, yeah, you can have your fancy book clubs. They don't ever have poop chat.
It's Poop Chat
Right.
on X96
Exactly.
Radio
Never.
from Hell.
This is where I come for poop chat, and then I go to the book club for Russian history.
You go from that to
Why not?
crash eastbound I-80 at 23rd East in Holiday, the off ramp there. Crash southbound I-15 milepost 282 in Lehigh. Crash the on ramp I-215 west to 47th South. Oh, let's see what that looks like. That's about it. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much.
You know, I have to have good eyesight to be reading these dense Russian novels. So that's why I'm glad I went to Hoops Vision.
Yes.
Hoops Vision Correction. If you have a book club and you're tired of peering through your glasses at a book, you can get laser eye surgery, and our friends at Hoops Vision will help you do that. They're offering a lot of savings right now just before Christmas. There are specials, discount prices, so call 877-30 LASIK for details on those. And also, your health savings account, your FSA money, you can apply that to laser eye surgery as well.
And don't wait on this, because my sister's partner, she just went to Hoops after I've been cajoling her for all this time, because she's been complaining about her eyesight. And she said yesterday, I'm sorry that I waited so long. I should have done this sooner. So get on it.
Yeah, schedule your free LASIK consultation today. That's free. 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-305-2745. Or you can visit them online, Hoops Vision, which is HOOPES, hoopsvision.com.
This holiday season, X96 and Mark Miller Subaru want to share the love with those who need it.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders. Today we find our elders roaming a desolate, uncharted, dark, smelly planet, looking for someone or something to convert. It is sometime between breakfast and lunch.
Oh, man, I don't feel so well.
I warned you against eating eggs you found in the middle of nowhere on a planet that isn't even on the map.
But I was hungry. Besides, they were tasty.
Well, if you don't feel well now, you have no one to blame but yourself. Come on, we're falling behind schedule.
How can we have a schedule on a planet with nothing on it?
We won't know if this planet is uninhabited until we explore some more of it. Come on, let's go.
What the flip? Lehigh, help!
Ew! George, it looks like your breakfast isn't setting well with you. What the heck is that? Looks like the planet is inhabited after all.
Get it off me!
Stand back. I'll take care of it.
Oh, hi, ma'am. Who are you? And why in heaven's name are you pointing what appears to be a flamethrower at my companion?
Name's Ripley. Lieutenant Ripley, and I'm about to torch that little critter before it gets a chance to make a run for it.
Hi, my name is Newt.
Well, it's nice to meet you both. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We were wondering if you'd ever heard of our church, and if so, if you'd like to learn more.
Enough with the chit-chat. I need to kill that monster before it grows any bigger and has a chance to fight back. Now, Lehigh, wasn't it? If you would just stand back a bit so I can get a clear shot at your friend's chest.
What? I will do no such thing. All that little critter has done is ruined a perfectly good suit for Mr. Mack, and as long as there's a chance in heck of converting either it or its mother, we would prefer that you leave it be.
Do what you have to do. God knows I will.
Look out, Butch!
Burn, you bastard, burn. Sorry, I meant the alien thing, not your companion.
Butch, you okay? Butch, speak to me.
Is this the end of Butch? Will Lehigh take a shot at converting the alien queen despite the char-broiling of one of her offspring by Lieutenant Ripley? Will Newt get to say anything else in this episode? Tune in next time to hear...
Say, Lehigh, these things aren't half bad cooked, Hey, has anybody got any Tabasco sauce?
In the next titty-twisting episode of Space Elders!
No pay breaks.
Do you have a text giveaway thingy with the LCD sound system? Keyword before we get to Tuesday Tunes with Todd?
You sure do.
So the qualifying prize is tickets to The Nightmare Before Xmas, which is Monday, with Dashboard Confessional. And I don't know how, but they found me. And so that's your qualifying prize. The prize you're qualifying for is a flyaway to New York to see LCD Sound System. I'm going to give you a keyword, and you text that to 33986. The keyword is season, S-E-A-S-O-N. Season, text that to 33986.
Okay.
That's it?
Simple as that.
All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, hi, Todd.
Thursday Turns with Todd on X96. Ready for mail.
Well, howdy.
Hi,
Good morning.
Todd.
Hey.
Todd Newcomb. He's the program director at X96, and he is a fine fellow all around. You can hear him on the air from 3 to 7.
In the afternoon on your way home, I'll be here.
So 3 to 7. See, I get him mixed up with... anyway. So Todd brings us a song he wants us to hear, and I know... Now, I heard the Killers' Christmas song. Actually, I heard it this morning, early this morning.
Okay.
And I just loved that song. So I'm excited for them to come because I like all of their stuff, but that just...
Yeah, they're, it's in February, so I don't think they'll be playing their Christmas song in February. Maybe. I mean, we can ask.
Yeah.
They'll be playing the song you've brought us today, though, I
I'm
bet.
sure they will. Their new album, Wonderful, Wonderful, has been out for a bit, and I like it. It's more of a return to, like, the first album sound for them. It's more of a hot fuss sounding album. We played, remember the first single was that real disco-y song, The Man, which was a lot of fun. But this one is more of a traditional sounding Killer song. It's called Run for Cover. And should we play it?
I think so.
Oh, let's do.
All right, it's Tuesday Tunes with Todd's. Local favorites, The Killers. The song is Run for Cover, X96. Song.
Yep.
That is good, isn't it?
It kind of reminds me of Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, a little bit. And I was listening to it going, this would be hard to play on Guitar Hero. That's all I could think was...
They'll be here February 6th at Vivint Smart Home Arena. Get your tickets for that. And the new album, Wonderful, Wonderful, is exactly as it sounds.
More of that?
Yeah.
More of
It's
that kind of
wonderful.
thing?
It's 2 times
So
wonderful.
if you're a fan of the Killers, this is definitely, it is for you.
Absolutely. Good stuff from them, and we're excited for the show coming up in February.
I mean, I wish them success with this. I feel like that this is a song that should have been released for summertime, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
driving with the car window down, and
you can still do that with the heater up.
yeah, there you go.
And Carrie, it won't disappear when summer comes around. You can listen to it then too.
No, I no. can?
There's
No,
not a sell-by date.
No,
on
I'm
the-
sorry. It's a new thing.
My phone has an expiration thing
No,
on it.
you can listen to
I've
it.
had to keep buying the same stuff for years. You know how many times I bought the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon?
Are there still tickets available for that show?
Yes, yeah, you can still get those, I believe, through Ticketmaster.
And that's in February.
Yeah, the 6th.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you very much, Todd, for bringing us.
Tuesday turns with Todd on X96. Fan from hell.
3 to 7.
That's me.
3 to 7.
I'll be here this afternoon playing songs just like that.
Okay.
This is Todd Newcomb, Bill.
I know that. Want to drink out of my samovar?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Samovar! That was just for Gina. That was
Samovar.
That was just for Gina. She knows what I'm doing. All right, let's see. It's about 12 minutes after 9. We got Boner Fight coming up. Stand by for that. And before that, a little bit of news. And you ever serve steaks at your book club?
No. It's a little much.
Is it a bit much?
But I might send everyone in the book club. What I'm going to do is order the Omaha Steaks, and then I will take individual.
Divvy them up. Well, you
Divvy
get a
them
lot.
up.
I hope your book club's a lot of people because
Well,
you get a lot of steaks.
But
in there.
here's the thing: is that with this price, you could afford to send everybody in the book club.
That's true.
I mean, it's only $49.99 for the family gift pack. And here's how you get it: you got to go to omahasteaks.com, and you'll see a search bar. So it's like you're going to search their website for X96. That's how you do it. You press enter. It'll take you to the place where you can get this 75% off deal, $49.99. And here's what you're going to get. This is terrific. This is perfect for your book club, I'm telling you. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, and because you are a listener to X96, you get 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free. These are delicious. Trust me on this. I've had these. I do this all the time. And whenever they offer up this deal, you jump on it. Yeah. omahasteaks.com. Go to their search bar and search their website for X96 to get these 75% savings. Your book club will love it. X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight, almost 3,000 people, including 800 children, will be safe and warm in the Road Homes emergency shelters or housing programs.
Drop off blankets, coats, boots, hats, and gloves at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer and join us on December 20th and 21st as we do our annual broadcast from the Road Home. X96 will broadcast live for 2 days from the Road Home's Salt Lake Community Shelter to raise funds to provide shelter, supportive services, and housing all year long.
Go to x96.com for Rocky Mountain Chevrolet dealership donation locations or make a cash donation. Help Utahns get back on the road to their own home.
Offer now valid in all.
Unless we Utahns are diligent, our taxes will be raised without our knowledge. Did you know that right now there's an organization who thinks they know better than you how to save Utah schools? This group wants to raise your taxes. Wouldn't you agree that's just not right? Well, so does Republican Representative Arthur McCarty from Roadside Table, Utah. He began the group opposed to the suggested 10-cent Jello tax. Citizens against People for Alternative Revenue Tax Income believe that not only is the proposed Jello tax wrong, it's also cost prohibitive. The state would have to establish a Jello commission and then open costly state-run Jello stores. Then it's only a matter of time before racketeers would begin smuggling in gelatin from neighboring states. Taxing green gelatin would also place an unfair burden on those people who mostly buy this product. Large LDS families, already on a tight budget, would end up paying for a greater portion of public education than would people with no children at all. And that's just not fair.
Hello, I'm Republican Representative Arthur McCarty. Please call your state legislatures and tell them to vote NO on the green Jello tax. It's time to get big government off our backs.
Paid for by Citizens Against People for Alternative Revenue Tax Income.
I was so nervous to talk about it, Robin. I mean, they're so secretive, those two.
Oh, I know, Howard.
The only reason I knew was because I'd been asked to. They asked me to make a speech.
They did what?
Yeah, they asked me to make a speech, Robin.
Oh.
Evidently, I'm in demand. I mean, I'm very friendly with Justin, you know. I mean, I like him very much. I like him.
Well, I knew that you had his phone number.
Well, I really like him. I even said in my speech to them that if one of my daughters brought home a guy like Justin, I'd be pretty pleased. I mean, except for the SE tattoos. He's got some hugging weird ones, but except for the fact that I gave him a journal to draw in, and he draws pictures of dead zombie babies with blood dripping out of their head on almost every page. I said those two things might disturb me, but aside from that, Robin.
You said all these things at the wedding?
No, I didn't say those in the speech. I was miserable at having to speak at the couple's reception.
But you should have been honored, Howard.
Well, I was just worried about it, but I had everybody laughing. Everybody was laughing. They had these little tiny chairs. There was a table, and then when you sit down, and the chairs are like these little poofs. These little pillow poofs.
Oh, I love those kind of chairs.
Yeah, I know you do, Robin. That's because you got a big ass.
Oh, Howard.
But I love your ass, Robin. It's a big wide ass, and I know you like those.
Let's get back to the wedding,
all right,
Howard,
all
not
right.
my ass.
Well, I'm 6 foot hugging feet. I'm a grown man with a skinny ass, Robin. I got a skinny ass, not a big wide ass like your ass.
Back to the wedding.
All right.
Did you at least toast the cup? Oh, this is going.
I love the Howard Stern show, by the way.
The scents of summer, barbecues, days at the beach, with your buddies, the smell of a man, a cologne that says,
I am a man. I am all man. I am very, very manly, dude.
Radio from Hell brand beer scented cologne, a little one-on-one b-ball at the playground, or working all day on your car in the hot, hot sun. A man wants to smell like a man. Radio from Hell brand beer scented cologne. Being a man is hot, sweaty work, and hot, sweaty work all goes better with beer.
Radio from Hell brand beer scented cologne. Now available in convenient 6-packs at Checker Auto Parts and on draft in kegs at Costco.
Coming soon, Radio from Hell brand Zima scented perfume for the ladies.
6.
All right, 9:21. We're going to get to boner fight here in a few moments, but first,
you bet we are.
A little bit of news.
Little bit of news brought to you by Dr. Volt's Comic Connection. They have everything you're looking for this holiday season, whether it's comic, anime, cards, games, or even action figures. Dr. Volt's located at 2043 East, 33rd South in Salt Lake.
Well, Gina, a story I'm sure you'll find exciting. A veteran barber has revealed how he cleans eyeballs with a razor-sharp blade.
No.
He's done it for more than 40 years without a problem. Zhang Guo.
What? Nobody needs their eyeball cleaned.
He has a distinctive skill beyond the normal suite of offers of a normal hairdresser. He is said to be an expert eyeball shaver, which means washing your eyes with a knife.
What? You
the
don't
5-minute
need to
process.
do that.
You don't know how filthy your eyes are. The eyeball is cleansed by shaving and scraping its surface with a razor sharp blade.
I don't want to look at that picture, Dylan.
At x96.com/live.
Don't look at it.
Both the upper and lower eyelids are done separately, and iodine solution added for sterilization before eye drops applied to the blade. He reportedly claimed to have never had a slip up in more than 40 years.
But I'm still stuck on why you would.
This, it says here that young people don't realize how much dirt they have in their eyes.
Isn't your eye kind of a self-cleaning?
No. You need to have it.
Are for...
No. And surgeons treating a man with the suspected food poisoning were stunned to discover 263 coins and 100 nails in the man's stomach. Maksud Khan was admitted to hospital with abdominal pains, and doctors performed an endoscopy to investigate the cause. They were amazed to find hundreds of coins, nails, dozens of shaving blades, shards of glass, stones, and a 6-inch piece of rusted iron shackle.
Is he a circus performer?
No, he's crazy. Mr. Khan is believed to suffer from mental problems and did not inform his family or his friends of his bizarre eating habits.
Back to the eyeball cleaning story.
One eye. Nice depth perception, one eye.
Dame Angela Lansbury.
I thought you were going to make this a boner tomorrow.
Well, I just saw it. So 91 years old, 92 years old, and she's given an interview.
She shouldn't have.
No. There are two sides to this coin of sexual harassment, she said. We have to own up to the fact that women, since time immemorial, have gone out of their way to make themselves attractive, and unfortunately it's backfired on us, and this is where we are today. We must sometimes take blame, women. I really do think that, although it's awful to say, we can't make ourselves look as attractive as possible without being knocked down and raped.
This makes women sound bad and men sound bad. Like if an attractive woman walks in the room, you can't help yourself but knock her down and rape her.
Just going to have to rape her.
Control.
That's what I've always done.
So please tell me.
Yes.
The headline of this story was "Stupid She Wrote."
Yes.
Please.
That's good.
Thank you.
That
Well, if
should
you
be-
decide to make it a boner, there's your title.
Might be worth revisiting tomorrow.
Let's see. Now, a Salt Lake City woman has been charged with attacking her neighbor and stabbing her several times with a pair of scissors.
Wow.
Yeah, her name is Diane Hernandez. She's 23, was charged last week with attempted murder, first-degree felony, and other crimes. She had an ongoing dispute with her neighbor. She came out of her house, walked over to Linton Livingston, who was standing on his porch, and attacked him with scissors. One neighbor saw Ms. Hernandez strike Mr. Livingston with a looping, punching motion with the scissors. Diane tried to kill me, he said, before he lost consciousness. Livingston had 12 stab wounds to the neck and head. Mr. Livingston's spinal cord was damaged, and he's currently unable to breathe without medical assistance. Ms. Hernandez fled the scene, arrested 3 days later. Stabbing occurred just 1 day after Hernandez was charged in a separate case with aggravated felony and child abuse. an incident where she slapped a 12-year-old girl for allegedly talking about her son.
Sounds like she needs to be in jail.
Yeah. I would think that would be a good place for her. And Meghan Markle,
yes,
no longer allowed to wear certain clothes.
Really?
Now that she is engaged to Prince Harry, now she has very attractive legs, and she's always been very happy to show them off, wearing mini dresses and short skirts and shorts. No. The Queen does not care for that. And she has been lately dressing much more modestly in mid-length dresses and pantsuits, but
now,
nothing can detract from the fact that she's very attractive.
I thought you might have made a boner candidate today out of all of the people that are upset that there's now going to be black blood in the monarchy. If they have kids.
Are there people really?
Oh, yes.
There are.
I mean, I guess there are, but I haven't seen those
Oh,
comments.
yes.
But there was somewhere way back when there was a black queen, someone in the royal family.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I think I read that in the Post this morning.
But there are people that are upset that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't surprise me, I guess, but
Well,
I hadn't seen
Brexit,
those.
you know.
I hadn't seen those comments.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
This is winner of round 1 going up against the winner of round 2. Round 1's winner was... He never misses an opportunity to be an ass. Politicians, the public, a lot of people bashing Donald Trump over his use of Pocahontas slur at an event honoring the Navajo veterans, the Code Talkers from World War II. He referenced Pocahontas. He was referring. I don't know what he thought he was doing, making a joke. You know. Yeah.
I meant no harm.
And boner candidate. Yeah. What did he say right at the end? I really
like you.
I really like
Yeah.
you. And he kind of patted that guy.
That erases everything.
Yeah. Oh, and that picture of Andrew Jackson, you know, the Trail of Tears guy, the Indian killer.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know the Trail of Tears.
No.
Or he doesn't.
And
Somebody tweeted yesterday saying, please some reporter corner Donald Trump and ask him who Pocahontas was. Like, just give me a 3-sentence.
Saw the Disney cartoon.
Yeah. I'd change it to Hiawatha, but she's a girl.
He doesn't know how.
How about this Land O'Lakes girl, all right? The girl on the butter.
And boner candidate number 2, I want you guys to go on and on about this one as well, just to give it a chance. A teacher needs a pick-me-up. This is a high school teacher accused of snorting cocaine in the classroom. Can you believe it? I mean...
How old were the kids?
These are high school kids.
I don't blame her.
An educator. Well, a teacher needs a pick-me-up, but an educator.
Carrie
Someone that they respect.
doesn't think this should be a boner.
It's a snorting cocaine in the classroom. Kids saw it happen.
There you go. You've got to decide which one of these. I know. Which one of these two is boner of the day? 1 or 2. You've got to pick. Put the candidate number in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. You can call. Use your voice to vote. 877-602-9696. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight November 28 and vote there. If you don't see the box, refresh. It should appear. Here we go. Boner of the day.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Okay, I'd like the Cajun grilled chicken sandwich plain. I just want the chicken and the bun. No cheese, no mayonnaise, no lettuce, tomato, onions, coleslaw. And can I get onion rings instead of fries?
Yeah.
And can I get bacon on that?
Bacon? Did you want to do the chicken club instead of the Cajun chicken?
No, you don't understand.
What was your name again? Kristen, you see, this is not a radio bit. You need to know that this is the way she really is, and no one believes us.
Okay.
So we thought if we got it on tape, people would finally believe it.
All right. Did you want the Cajun seasoning?
Yes.
Yes.
And I would like the Cajun spicy Cajun mustard mayonnaise on the side.
Mayo on the side.
Don't put it on the sandwich.
No, I won't. Oh, trust me, I won't.
Thank you.
And the cheese?
No cheese.
No cheese.
No
at all.
cheese. No, just chicken.
Okay. All right.
Chicken bacon bun.
Onion
And
rings.
again, we're not trying to be difficult just for the radio. This is real.
All right. Thank you.
I'm so very sorry.
That's all right. Don't be sorry. I would like to say I've had worse, but that's probably the worst.
And how long have you worked here?
Here, 6 months, but
Dealing with tourists every day and their weird ordering habits, this is the worst. I want it on record, ladies and gentlemen.
It's from an official professional waitress. I'm the worst.
And again, this is no exaggeration.
Congratulations, Gina. Congratulations.
You've earned your spot in the Hard Rock Hall of Fame.
She's here to get married, by the way.
oh, congratulations.
And she's marrying a guy named Joe Jones. Maybe you as our waitress, I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Kristen.
Maybe Kristen, you as our waitress, you could warn Joe that it's still not too late.
Because I've been saying it every day, every hour, ever since we heard about this.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's what we think.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're listening to All Things Considered Dull and Pretentious on NPR. I'm your host, the Lyman Pettigrew. You may refer to me as Lyman Pettigrew. Our next program is funded by a grant from the Lyman Pettigrew Foundation. Every Thursday, we like to take a look at children's book reviewer, Mongo. We call it Children's Book Review with Mongo. Today, Mongo will be reviewing the timeless classic Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown, illustrated by Clement Hurd.
Mongo, Runaway Bunny.
Is that all, Mongo?
No, much more. Runaway Bunny bad. Make Mama Bunny chase after him. Bad Bunny. If Mongo run away from Mama, Mama bonk Mongo on the head. Bad Mongo. Bonk bonk. Mongo also hate Runaway Bunny because no color pictures on pages. Mongo like pretty pictures. Mongo hate words.
This has been Children's
Wait,
Book...
Mongo not finished. Bad character development in Runaway Bunny. Mongo not care when Bunny run away. What motivate Bunny? What compelling reason to turn page? Plus, Mongo thinks something kinky going on with Margaret Wise Brown and Clement Hurd. Bad book. Very bad.
Now this has been Children's Book Review with Mongo. Coming up next, we look at the explosion of goat cheese making in America's heartland, and later on we take a very, very quiet look at the exciting NBA playoffs on All Things Dull and Pretentious on NPR. But first, this news from parts of the world you've never heard of.
from Hell on X96.
All right, 9:37. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by lentil soup and a good loaf of bread.
And Haster Games, they have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, located at 6831 South and online at hastergames.com.
So, Boner candidate number one, he never misses an opportunity to be an ass. Donald Trump using the slur of Pocahontas when talking to venerated Navajo code talkers, veterans of the Army, these old guys, sweet old guys. And Boner candidate number two, hey, a teacher needs a pick-me-up. A high school teacher in Indiana caught on film, on a cell phone, snorting cocaine in class. And the winner, Boner candidate number one, who never misses an opportunity to be an ass.
All right, it is now candidate for Boner of the Week. We'll have that on Friday at about this time.
Oh, boy.
What?
Oh, just the Boner of the Week part, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be Boner of the Week.
Speaking of upcoming things on the show tomorrow, we will be at Riverton Chevrolet. It's our first stop on the road to the road home. And while we're there, we do things that must go.
Yeah.
And you need to email them to us today so we can take them with us there
We'll have
tomorrow.
Plenty tomorrow.
Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line.
Now, Riverton Chevrolet is at 110 South Jordan Parkway. That's in South Jordan. We're there collecting all the things that you know are needed for the road home. And yes, the road home is still in operation. Yes, there are still people who are homeless. There are families living there with homeless families with homeless children. So we need to help take care of them. So
if you can't make it in the morning, we will do it for the next 2 Wednesdays after tomorrow as well. We'll be up in Ogden and we'll be down in Utah County for another one. Or if you are out of state or you just know you're not going to be able to make it, you can go to x96.com and find the link there. You can go to theroadhome.org or any of the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers. We'll take your donation whenever you would like.
All right.
So join us tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to call an audible here on you, Richie.
Okay.
Because we got
a situation.
I just know that you won't be able to tell this story in a minute and a half.
I bet I could actually, but go ahead.
Because that's all we
We can come back and
that's fine.
When we
hang
come
tight.
back.
Okay.
Hang tight.
All right.
When we come back, Richie has a story for y'all.
Well, let's just say I got a little friendly with the Sainted Mary Claire. Or she got a little friendly with me, to be more accurate.
She's a married woman.
Listen, I know.
I hope you didn't, invade the bonds of marriage.
We're going to talk about this when we come back, because now we're talking about
But now
it.
I have a question for Dylan or Richie. We were assigned to do our favorite things as well?
Yeah.
You guys both peed on it.
Yep.
Well, I started a list. I just haven't finished it.
I finished mine.
Okay.
So what do I do with that?
That'll be perfect to do on tomorrow's Radio from Hell show because we will be.
And then you give it to Dylan, and
Yeah.
he'll make it
and then he'll
be where it's supposed to
I've
be.
only come up with 2 items out of 5. I don't have a lot of favorite things.
You came up with 3 items, but you can't mention one of them.
That's a joke one, Gina.
No, that's not one of your favorite things?
That's really
I don't know. It might be.
It's real. To be honest with you, and I'm not telling anybody what it is, it's a joke.
All right. So we'll get to that coming up in a moment. Stand by for all of that. What's going on downtown?
Well, of course.
Oh, is it the winter market?
No, it's the year-end celebration.
Ah, yes.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. It's the year-end. It's called Last Hurrah, but I don't think this is the last one they'll do. So Downtown SLC presents, and the Gateway excited to announce the new celebration downtown.
I think you should treat every last hurrah as though it is your last.
Yeah, you probably should. It's the Last Hurrah, Utah's largest New Year's Eve countdown celebration, free to the public. There will be beer and wine and hot chocolate served throughout the event, and there'll be a special speakeasy lounge that offers full-strength craft beer and wine, champagne, Sugar House Distillery spirits, and specialty cocktails. That's, of course, open to guests 21 years of age and over. But there'll be all kinds of things there, a game room, giant version of Jenga. That could be dangerous.
Whoa.
Because, I mean, if those fall on people...
It's worth going just to see what that's all about.
They've got checkers and all of that, and the main stage will be headlined by Joshua James, with opening acts including DJ Flash and Flair, Afro-Brazilian drum and fire troupe Samba Fogo, and psychedelic rockers Crook and the Bluff. So if you want to find out more on how to get tickets for this New Year's Eve celebration, go to lasthurrahslc.com.
Dashboard Confessional this Monday.
So we flew all Nippon Airlines?
Mm-hmm.
And
you're saying it wrong.
I'm saying it wrong.
And how was Nippon Airlines?
You remember when you used to fly and you got a meal?
Yeah.
Maybe two?
Mm-hmm. And you were treated nicely?
You were treated nicely. You got...
It was a special experience?
Actual silverware?
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you.
Yeah.
You have a picture of actual silverware?
No, I've got actual
He's got
silverware.
it with him.
You stole it?
Shh.
Carrie.
They're our allies, Gina.
Yes,
It's okay.
Look at that. Actual metal. Can you believe that? All Nippon Airlines right there. A&A on the thing. So, and they're little, So,
Yeah.
But you could do some damage with this. You could, but they don't have those concerns. This is the theme music for All Nippon Airways.
Is that was playing while you're
you're
being
boarding?
seated? Yeah.
While you're boarding. This is
It's lovely.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very nice. So anyway, yeah, it was amazing. Flying was actually pleasant.
And you know why that is? Because those countries, Carrie, are this close to being communist.
Oh, really?
Well,
if that's the case, we could learn from them.
The government subsidizes the airlines quite heavily in most other countries.
How about that? Maybe that's something that should be looked at, because everywhere I went throughout Tokyo and Seoul and Busan, the streets were clean. People had jobs. It was such.
They seemed happy.
They seemed happy. But yeah, I had a wonderful time. Just oh, here it is. And this was
you want to go back?
This
don't
was
you?
no, this was on a loop. And you know how my earworm is.
Yeah. It stayed with you. Oh, you do. You know the tune.
Yes. Because it would not stop. It just kept playing over and over. It's the only unpleasant experience about flying on A&A. It's the only thing.
I was yesterday. I was at a business. I'll tell you, I was at a business called Total Health and Fitness, who I believe we're going to be doing some commercials for. So I'm out there talking to the folks and everything, and I get done with my business at Total Health and Fitness, which is in Draper, on 123rd South, and I'm just about to leave the building where Total Health and Fitness is located.
Okay.
And a woman walks in and walks up to the desk and says to the lovely receptionist at Total Health and Fitness, "Hi, is this Total Health and Fitness?" To which the receptionist, being a nicer person than I am, said, "Why, yes, it is." And that the woman said, "Oh, okay, good. I'd really like to apply for a job." Now, if it had been me as the receptionist, when she walked in and said, is this Total Health and Fitness? And I probably would have been nice to a point and said, yes. And when she said, oh, good, I'd like to apply for a job, I would have said, don't bother.
Exactly.
Because you apparently can't read the signs all over the building. You didn't read the big sign over the door before you walked in. You didn't see the sign on 123rd South, blazing across the building, Total Health and Fitness. You didn't see that anywhere. I'd just as soon you not apply for a job. Thank you. Goodbye.
You think she was being ironic? Because the signs were everywhere?
No. The receptionist did say she's way nicer than I am, but it was probably true. I don't think she was just trying to be nice. She said, well, we're not hiring right now. I would have just said, don't bother. God. Oh, shit. I'm just sitting there looking at this going, really? Really? I'm not a nice person, though.
No, you're not.
No.
It's 9:49 right now.
So Richie is here, our producer.
And over the holiday, while you guys were gone, I had the opportunity to be interviewed for a podcast.
What podcast?
The podcast is called Peculiar People.
Are you a peculiar person?
So it's sort of code for Mormon folks being a peculiar person. And it's a fairly new podcast. Someone reached out to me because of the stuff that I do in the online Mormon community with the Cultural Hall, the podcast that I do.
Who are you trolling this week?
Trolling no one.
Yeah, okay.
And so this guy, he's a younger guy, I assumed by the email, said, hey, why don't you come to my house? So I roll up to his house, and it's in the neighborhood of Gina. And I thought, oh, this guy must be doing pretty well for himself. This podcast can't be what he's doing to make his money to live here. And I find out it's his dad's house. He's home for the Thanksgiving break and wanted to do an interview in person. So I said, great. Takes me into this great, older, large, I wouldn't say mansion-y home, but those really nice kind of older homes that you get on the east side. And I meet this guy who says, oh, you work with X96. My son was telling me that's what you work. That's where you work. I said, yeah, you bet. He said, well, Gina, she's on that show, right? And I said, yes. And he said, she lives around here. And I said, yeah, I think just real close. And he's like, and her mom lives right next door. And I always sort of forget that. I always kind of envision that your mom still lives up in Ogden or in the canyon. But
she's around the corner from me now.
And you wouldn't have it any other way.
Any other way.
And he says, yeah, she's one of my best friends, which I thought was kind of weird. Admittedly, I said, well, because because he's a boy and she's a girl.
My mom's super friendly. She likes to make friends
But he said she is one of my best friends.
Like Christmas morning, he will go next door and have Christmas breakfast at their house.
But she hasn't lived there for very long, though, correct?
No.
Well, but she makes friends easily.
Yeah.
And so for one of the best friends, I guess that's what.
Wherever she goes, I've noticed.
They lunch all the time.
So we go downstairs to start recording this episode in this makeshift sort of bedroom. It has a fireplace and it's pretty cool. I like the houses in that neighborhood. It's a really awesome neighborhood. We had been into the episode 10 minutes and in flits, Mary Claire, we're recording. It's he's told his dad, "Hey, we're recording downstairs. Please be sure to be quiet." No, she didn't.
She's Mary Claire.
She didn't care at all. No. She flits in, and I only see this kind of this image kind of in my periphery for a minute. And no sooner did I see just that little movement than Mary Claire's lips are on my cheek. Oh, and does a little pat on the head and is like, oh, hello. And I'm like, we're recording. She's like, oh, no, didn't mean to interrupt. No.
She totally meant to interrupt.
I don't want to make this about me.
Yeah.
Never.
Could I tell you what I think about Richie? He's a peculiar person, all right.
What a peculiar person. But without any explanation, she has not only my phone number, but also we talk on Messenger occasionally.
Yeah.
No follow-up from her.
Nothing.
Just.
Well, what do you expect? Roses? You want her to send you candy now?
Great to see you.
So she called me after that happened. She said, "Where are you?" And I was out somewhere. And she said, "Oh, well, if you come home and Richie's car is still out in front of my neighbor's house, you should go in and say hi." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, he's there recording a podcast."
And what you should do is run downstairs and kiss him on the cheek.
Don't make it about
go
you.
say hello. My mother loves you.
And I love your mother as well. But from nowhere, the kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
So, Mary Claire, thank you.
Now you've had kisses from both of us.
I know.
I'm stuck on why is peculiar people a LDS thing? You just pass that over. Why is that why is that an LDS thing?
I think it was President Hinckley, the prophet before President Monson, who used that term quite a bit. That we are peculiar in that we stand for what we believe in. And
the Mormons are peculiar people.
Oh, yeah. Meaning it in a nice way.
Oh, yeah, in a nice way, in a positive way, set apart from the world, as in peculiar.
You are peculiar.
Thank you.
I think you're set apart. I
think
you're
am both set apart and peculiar.
I think you're touched.
Well,
or tetched, as they used to say.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Tetched.
Tetched.
Oh,
in the head.
Yeah, that means there's something wrong up there.
Oh.
Tetched.
Here, I thought you were being complimented.
No,
no.
That would never happen.
This room, gotta go.
All right. What I got out of that is two things. I'll never be asked to be on that podcast.
No, never.
And he got all excited over a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, Mary Claire's never kissed you on the cheek. You don't know.
It's just a kiss
She's
on
great.
the cheek.
No, she's great.
I don't care who it is. It's just a kiss on the cheek.
No, I don't. She's the best cheek kisser you'll ever meet.
It's true.
All right. I was also right about that not being a minute and a half.
Your intuition was correct.
All right. Let's do the promo and get out of here.
Oh, they sent 2. Was there a correction?
They did?
I only got 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with this one. I hope it's the right one.
Well, let's just dive right in here, shall we?
Because my lines never change. On Wednesday's Radio from Hell show,
we need your things that must go. Please email them to radiofromhell@x96.com. Put "must go" in the subject line.
And you know what must go? Homelessness and people not having all they need to keep warm this holiday season. And you can help us by donating as part of our Road to the Road Home.
Drop your donation off with us at Riverton Chevy from 6 to 10 a.m. during Wednesday's show.
Riverton Chevrolet is 111 South Jordan Gateway in South Jordan. We'll see you on tomorrow's Radio from Hell show, X96.
I think it's weird that you say that line, that end line in every promo. No, never changes.
Why is that weird?
Never mind.
All right. So that's tomorrow. We're going to do the show from...
Yeah, please join us there.
Yes.
110 South Jordan Gateway.
All right. Let's see. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Let's see. Don't you know who I am?
Samovar?
John Smith is next.
Samovar.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.